classic. Drop the classic. To establish that the magic. I've been gone, but time's up. It's right on.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Flight CitizenCon Invitational presented by Toby. This is day 2, and I'm excited to be here. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back with my man Croncy and Meyer. How y'all feeling today?
Feeling great, man. How about yourself?
Oh, man, I ain't gonna lie. Feet hurt, but look, man, I think my energy is just going to take over. I love being here in front of the camera, for the people, so, hey, it doesn't matter, man. I'm here to bring some hype matches to the table with y'all, and we're about to take over because we're going to have some incredible matches today. But, Croncy, how you feeling today, man?
Much better than I felt yesterday.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Why is that? You got some good food in you?
I don't know. There was this Atmo party on Friday night.
Wow.
Anyway.
You threw right under the bus, huh? Right under the bus.
Oh, no. I had a great time. That was the problem.
Okay.
Yesterday was absolutely fantastic. Very, very cool. Doing this in front of people.
Okay,
What the hell? That was very, very strange, but very awesome. And, yeah, really, really keen to keep on going today.
I mean, I'm excited. Ladies and gentlemen, day 1 was awesome. We got some incredible matches going out. And, let's do a little bit of a recap because we had some incredible teams just putting on a show, getting, popping off all day. And I'm just excited for day 2 because we're definitely going to see a lot more matches today. And I'm excited. So today for our first matchup, before we head up to the recap, we're going to have Team Wen versus Hot Peanut. So we got Herbadiza from the Spanish community, and then we have teammate Sin, who I think is, look, man, they're looking pretty tough. They're ready for action. And then we have Team Wen, where we got Zero State. I don't know. You just can't
Chair
see
stream,
it right now.
chair stream.
Chair stream, okay. And then we got New Cabbage on the other side. Right now they're getting ready. They're practicing. But just very excited to see this next matchup because we haven't seen them play yesterday. So to see them play today is going to be a great one. So, but let's recap from yesterday, guys, okay? Our first matchup was straight out of Kesler versus Corsair Coors. I'm going to throw it to you, Kranzi. Tell us a little bit about how that matchup went, and do you think that that straight out of Kesler is going to be moving on because they're playing up against Team Unconventional, which is has that detox, and they look pretty good as well.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, straight out of Kesler, one of probably my favorites for the entire weekend. We've got Gabbies and we've got Schwang. Absolute beasts in the PvP community, right? So very excited to see what they can do later on. But honestly, it's a little bit later where we might see them, if they are able to beat Unconventional, I really want to see them versus Be Avenged.
Oh,
so I'm hoping that happens today.
I mean, right there you got Avenger 1 versus Schwang at that point, and that's going to be a hot matchup of day 2. So I'm looking forward to it. Maya, your thoughts on match number 1 yesterday?
Yeah, I mean, Sam, looking forward to seeing Avenger 1 going up against Schwang because, they came up through the road to CitizenCon, but it'd be cool to see, which one is the better pilot today,
Oh, man.
But they're going to beat Detox first.
Yeah, I mean, I've got my eyes on Detox. Obviously, he's a fellow Brit, so, he has to represent otherwise. There may be consequences.
You want to get him yesterday, and he showed up wrong.
That's
so
right.
Hopefully the conversation in your room was okay. But anyways, we also had game number 2. We had Green Serpents versus Team Unconventional as well. So that was, a great matchup there. I think Verity really did a great job holding her own. And I feel like after all these matches, a lot of these folks are going to, I think, go back home and probably get some more practice in. People don't understand how fun PvP is until you actually get, try it out with some sticks. It's a completely different experience. You got a Tobii eye tracker for that immersion and that head and eye tracking that it just makes the game so much better for us. But let's talk about, game number 2 and how that went. Meyer, I'll kick it off with you.
Well, I mean, Team Unconventional has Detox, obviously, but the floor mat was able to hold their own. Floor mat was one of our champions in the road to CitizenCon. I think they came in second place to, of course, Shadow Moses. But floor mat, I believe they use a keyboard and mouse setup, don't they? So they bring something a bit different to the mix out here because everyone else is using analog and granularity, whereas the floor mats have been able to make a few more, precise maneuvers and stuff like that, or I guess more aggressive maneuvers, and just they're unconventional.
Hey, unconventional. Kranzi, thoughts on match number 2 yesterday and how you thought? I mean, again, very good call out there. Floor mat, king of the mouse and keyboard here for the PvP community. He is good. But Kranzi, your thoughts on that?
Yeah, really, really fun match to watch. I feel like Verity didn't get really a chance to show just how good she is at PvP,
Agreed.
so I'm really hoping we get to see a little bit more of that later on today. But yeah, absolutely amazing performance from Team Unconventional. Really good to see Detox doing some more flight combat instead of, his little ground-ups.
Hey, totally understand that. And then our match number 3 was Be Avenged versus Space Dads, with Bognagus and Comet, and then, of course, Lizzie being Avenger 1. Kind of break that down, that matchup, because that was a great matchup. Break that down for me a little bit, Kranzi, because there was a little bit of hype going off of that one.
What an amazing game 1. So there was a couple instances yesterday where we did have, teams crawl their way back from a 2v1, but not quite as well as Be Avenged did. In the 2v1 situation, Avenger 1 trying to fight, one of his sticks breaks, and then he wins.
Hey. And he had a lost wing, but I mean, he still was able to control
absolutely
it.
Insane. So just proving that skill once again. Absolutely insane. So
very good. And you know what? Again, when we talk about this stuff, is because a lot of these competitors and creators are really not in their home environment. They're out here live. It's a different feel. It can be uncomfortable. You get jitters. You get nervous. So we totally understand. But I just love that they're having a great time because that's what it's all about. But Meyer, break down match 3 a little bit for me. And what are some moments that you thought was absolutely incredible?
Well, I mean, you mentioned Avenger 1's wing. I mean, those with laser focus on that match would have seen that, if that shot went anywhere else, if it hit the back of the ship instead, then then they would have had a little bit of a harder time to get through there. It wouldn't just be about like a torque instability. It would have just been uncontrollable, and they would have failed that match though. But it was awesome to see, like Avenger 1 use that throttle control and stay around and stay by that Hornet and just keep on top of it. And it was just, it's movie-like sometimes the way you see some of these guys play. But it was great. Round 2 or game 2 of that match was a little bit faster. There, I believe that Bognogus was focused a bit faster that time around, and it was just a bit of a closer. But that being said, I mean, hey, it's Avenger 1 in a Gladiator. I mean, in a Gladius. What are you going to do about it?
I mean, well, I think some great matches yesterday. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching, I want you guys to crowd around right now, because before we jump into our next matchup, we're going to do a quick interview with community director here, Tyler Whitkin-Zylo. A lot of you guys know him, so please gather around. We're going to talk to him here in a second. But before we do that, we're going to shoot over to some replays from yesterday that is going to let you guys see those kill shots from day number 1 here of the Fighter Flight CitizenCon Invitational presented by Toby. So when we come back from those replays, we'll be here at the desk with Tyler. How about those kill shots with those replays from day 1 here at the Fighter Flight CitizenCon Invitational? But we have some special and incredible guests here with me today. First of all, I'm going to introduce here Tyler Whitkin, Community Director here at Cloud Imperium Games. And then we have Managing Director of Atmo Esports, Mr. Corsair himself. Can we get a round of applause here? And I'm just super excited. I'm going to ask you guys some questions. Let's just go through this really, really quickly. First question is going to be, and I'll start off with you, Tyler. How has the event been for you? This is, after 4 years, we're here at CitizenCon 2953. How are you feeling? Tell us a little bit about the experience and how have you been, has it been emotional with you, with the community? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, the biggest thing is emotional. I think a lot of folks don't realize that this event, it's for the community, but we've realized it's for us as well. I mean, it's been 4 years. It seriously just charges up our batteries for everything we do. We can actually connect with the community in person. So, yeah, we're just stoked.
Well, is there anything else? Has there been a peak moment for you that has just been, I mean, obviously other than the community coming back together, but has there been a moment for you that you've just stopped and sighed and just give you that moment to reflect?
Yeah, I mean, it's just the 3 of us talking and no one's listening. I'll tell you, I've cried like no less than 3 times yesterday.
It's not bad.
I mean, just the amount of work that has gone into pulling all this off. I mean, this booth itself, I joined CIG 9 years ago, 2 months before we launched 1.0. which was the first time you could leave your hangar and do Arena Commander, right? And so that was my kind of first steps joining Cloud Imperium Games nearly a decade ago. And then now, like, look what we're doing now. You know what I mean? And it's mind-blowing. I think yesterday, the server meshing reveal, it's probably one of the biggest moments we've had as a company since the beginning. I think it can't be understated, the significance of what was shown yesterday. I mean, we were all ugly crying up in the box during that. I mean, I don't want to embarrass Chris, but even when he walked backstage right after that, that was a huge moment for us. It really, really was.
Well, I mean, that's all incredible. I'm glad to hear, and I know a lot of people were emotional online. I see all the tweets. So, but let's jump over here to Corsair. Corsair, look, man, I love you like a brother, but you started this with the Daymar Rally. Now look at what you have built here as a managing director. Tell me how you feel here. Just seeing all this, seeing the crowd, seeing the weekend go by here at CitizenCon 2953, how you been feeling?
Oh, man, I'm just getting to see you up and hear your voice boom out across this whole Hall B and hear that for the first time and get goosebumps on my arms after everything that we've worked for as a team. Just seeing that and hearing that, the whole thing, watching the first match, I got the lucky opportunity to be able to sit up the back there and watch what we are doing. And just, you know, like Tyler was saying, it is a massive emotional thing. Like, even though we're a community member and we're playing a game, we love this game, just being up the back there, getting emotional, watching you do your thing. And, you know, all the competitors and everyone who's come to LA to do this with us. And then we've got the booth team and our 21 members that rocked up to do all this, all of that together. It's nothing. The only thing that you can say is that it's an emotional experience.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
100%.
Yeah, there's some times where I can't even keep talk to the team, and I just start breaking up quickly. But I just love being here with the community. The community has been absolutely incredible. So look, I know these guys are important, but give yourself a round of applause for being here, because after 4 years, this has been an amazing experience. Whether you talked about other people, meet other people, you know, a great icebreaker is to, hey, what's your favorite ship? And that just creates an entire conversation around the game itself. So don't be shy to talk to each other, make friends, make family, because that's what we are, believe it or not. So next question, I'm going to ask you, Tyler. You know, I know you said I can't even talk right now. The emotions of CitizenCon, but how's the lead up been, you know, from just like getting, you know, CitizenCon ready? A lot of people may not know or may not be in events, but how was that entire process? If you can talk about it just very quickly.
Well, I think the one word to sum it all up is chaos. Right, every event you have to expect the unexpected, and all the unexpecteds definitely popped up every step of the way. But I think you know, not doing it for 4 years too, you get a little rusty.
Yeah.
But I just think that there was a lot of stress. You know, you know better than most people running an event. You know, you never know what's going to happen, but. I think the moment that the house lights came off and the first time we turned on the fog machines and we walked in and we saw everything that we'd only seen illustrated in mock-ups and blueprints and everything, you know, it was an emotional moment. And then when the doors opened and the crowd came in, it was hard to keep it together. So, yeah, it's stressful, but it definitely is our biggest and best event we've ever done.
That's awesome. I'm glad. It's definitely the biggest one, and I hope everybody's been enjoying the shows at home. But Tyler, just going to say something. I want to say thank you. And before I shoot it off here to Corsair, we have something to present to you here live at the Flight CitizenCon Invitational.
boy.
So, Corsair, take it away.
Mate,
I'm not good at stuff like this.
Hey, take it easy. So we know that there's a big team that has been looking after us, and you are the front of that team, but we understand that it's more than just you, and it is a larger team helping us, you know, with Ben Wire at the back there, you know, getting us sorted with our servers and getting this show underway. But, you know, we really do need to show our appreciation. Like, everything that is here today, you have driven and fought for us in ways that we really want to thank you and the team. So we just have a little gift for you, just a little thing. It's let's not make this an emotional experience. Let's just take this, and we just want to hand this little appreciation award over to you, man. Just something like that.
Thank you,
just
man.
from us. Yeah, just take that.
Thank you
Give
so
a round
much.
of applause, everybody. Tyler
Thank you so
Witkin,
much.
not only him and his team putting all this together, but doing a great job and bringing all the entertainment here to CitizenCon 2053. And of course, managing director of Atmo Esports, man, building this to life has been incredibly 6 years. And look, I just want you to hold that up, man. Seriously, everybody, give Tyler Witkin a round of applause here one more time. Really, really appreciate it. And then last thing I'm going to
Hold on. Well, in all seriousness, though,
so
I think it's important to know that, like, every single thing that we do, everything with the game, everything with the community, it doesn't exist without the support and everything that you guys are doing. And I cannot stress enough how impactful it is, the lives that you're I mean, seriously, the impact that you're making on everybody here, the people that are spending their free time standing around, you're making their day. So everything you guys do is extremely appreciated. And yeah, this definitely is for a lot of people.
Yep.
And,
Yeah,
and
it is.
honestly, it should be shared with you guys because we really do see y'all as an extension of the team, all of you. So, I would say, you know, however loud you clap twice as loud right now for these two.
No, come on, come on. Well, all right. Well, any, we'll wrap up here. I know you have a lot to do, but we'll start off with you, Corsair, first. Any last-minute things you want to say to the community, not only watching here at CitizenCon 2053, but also at home?
Well, yeah, if you need something to do in Hall B, we're going to be here doing matches for the rest of the day. We got up till 3:30 to get some more matches done. We got a hell of a lot more stuff coming up. And, you know, you can register for all our events. We still got our booth over the back there. You can register. We do 4 major tournaments a year. Go to atmo.gg. You can register for anything for free, totally free. Tons of prizes, even though it's free registration. Daymar Rally, Fight or Flight, System 7, Hearst and Hurt Locker. Yeah, tons of stuff to check out. So go to atmo.gg and you can sign up for that. And all the information's over in the booth just behind you. And I would just want to thank all of our team as well. Just want to give a bit of a shout out to all of our team that are helping at the booth and out the back here. We got a 21 strong member team here today, so it can't be done without any of those guys. And then also just the competitors and the content creators that have come in today to compete. So we're extremely appreciative to all of those guys to make it all the way in here and do that with us. Without all of that happening at one time, it's insane to think that we've been able to pull this together. So, and thanks to crew.
Hey,
Feeling it, mate. Good to hear your voice out here.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate it. Today is a little bit with the voice, but hey, I'm going to hype it up as much as we can until I lose it. It doesn't matter. I want to bring that energy to you guys. I want you to feel it in your chest. But, Tyler, any words you want to say? I mean, you probably talked to a lot of community members. But anything you want to say, especially to the people at home?
Well, you know, before I even do that, just for you guys, I just want to say congratulations for all of this. I mean, everybody at CIG has been walking through has been incredibly impressed. And for everybody watching, there's literally nothing I can say to properly convey just the amount of passion. I mean, these two, especially, and the entire crew, everybody you can't see behind this, has poured their heart and soul into this. The amount of chats, late night talks, everything that they have helped coordinate in order to make this entire thing happen. And this is just the beginning for Atmo. What started as a community, starting to do races and events, and the Daymar Rally has grown into the real deal. Like, Atmo is the real deal, and we're just super impressed and super proud of you guys. And I hope that you feel really good about this, because you should. And for everybody else watching at home, I hope you're enjoying CitizenCon. Again, none of this exists without you. I'm forever grateful. I spent a third of my life working on this project, and it's just because of your support. So thank you guys, and I hope you all enjoyed day 2.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give one more last round of applause for Tyler Whitkin and Corsair from Atmo Esports. Really appreciate it. All right, so before we head out to match number 1, take a quick little break here, and match number 1 is going to be coming up soon. Team Wen versus Team Hot Peanut. We'll be back soon. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are back at the Flight CitizenCon Invitational presented by Toby. Here getting ready for our match number 1. We have Team Hot Peanut versus Team Wen. Now, we can talk about these predictions and how we feel this matchup is going to go. I'll kick it off to you, Croncy. Talk to me about Team Hot Peanut and Team Wen. Which one are you going for, and what are you looking forward to seeing here in this match number 1 of day 2?
Yeah, well, I had a chance to talk to Team Wen just a little bit earlier and talk about their ship choices today and why they might be running what they're running. So we're going to be seeing a Hornet and a Saber for this one, a classic of this 2v2 format. They were thinking originally, instead of the Saber, they were going to try to run the Hawk. Okay. But with the chance of there being an Atmo map, they were like, maybe not. We'll just play it a little bit safer. They're going to be bringing the Saber. So I am definitely going Team Wen. I love Zero State. I did get to meet Herbazita over the course of the last couple of days, and he's an absolute champion, absolute mad lad. So I do hope that he does well, but I also hope he loses. I hope Team Wen get there.
Wow.
Okay, all right.
Wow. Well, let's get off to you, Meyer. Team Hot Peanut or Team Ren. Who you got? How you feeling about this matchup?
Well, I mean, on paper, Team Hot Peanut, I do believe, should be the stronger team. They do have, of course, Sin from Ramming Department, and I think that that's going to be a lot. I do not know. I haven't seen Herbazita stream or, I guess, do any PvP, so I don't necessarily know how he's going to fare in this situation. However, he is here, so obviously he's here to, show us what he's got. So,
are you going to win?
They have my vote.
Are you going to win? Okay,
yeah.
saying he's going to win.
All right.
Look, man, I don't think people understand. I feel like we are, I just feel like, look, we got Zero, okay? This guy is one of the most consistent streamers on the planet in StarCitizen right now. That guy has the aim, a godlike aim. He's going to cook some people, but I think this is going to be one of our best matches of the weekend, and there's a reason for that, right? We got some high-level players. Herbadiza does a lot of PvP, again, from the Spanish community. Make sure you guys check him out on Twitch. And then Sin doing a great job with Ramen, but you also have New Cabbage from Liberty Reapers. Yep. I mean, not many people, we haven't talked about Liberty Reapers, but we got New Cabbage here. And then Zero State, who I think, look, he did a great job during the Toby Gaming Clash, and I think that it's going to be a dog fight today, and that's what we're trying to look for. So very excited for that to come up, and I'm already seeing that we have Herbadiza in a Talon, and, Sin is going to be in that Hornet, and then you see, I think Zero State is going to be in that Hornet, and then we see, I think, New Cabbage in a Saber, I believe.
That's right.
So I think they're picking right now, but what are your thoughts on this matchup here where we have Hornet Saber versus Hornet and the Xperia Talon?
I mean, we got to see it so many times over the course of the 2v2s. A lot of the time, it ended up favoring the Hornet Saber. So if history is to go by, that's what we're going to be seeing today. But the sort of difference in the ships is not enough to eliminate player skill at all.
Yep.
So it's not like might as well give up meta chance or anything like that. It's one of those things where it's like it becomes a 51-49 sort of percentage chance of winning. So yeah, we'll see what they can pull off. Obviously, yeah, if we get into an atmospheric map, it's going to change things a lot. Yeah.
Well, let's get the Xperia Talon up on screen. And Meyer, if you don't mind, break down this slowdown and tell us what we got here, because if we know the Xperia Talon got the moves to make this battle happen very easily.
Well, that's right, Crucian. I mean, it has the moves indeed. I mean, it's one of the most reliable ships in this tournament because it has the best mobility both in atmosphere and also in space, making it one of the most chosen ships in this tournament for that reason. Obviously it has the looks as well. It's an Xperia ship. It's an alien remake of a Teverin vehicle. It's a fighter, not quite light, but it's one of the, I suppose, the squishier ships. The only other squishy ship I believe that people are using, and we've seen in this tournament, is of course the Xperia Vandal Blade, which is a bit more fast. It's more like an arrow analog with different weapons, but it's a really squishy. We have seen it being used before because it does have that DPS and it has that momentum. But yeah, the Talon is I think we're going to see it right now, is a really hot contender this time around, Crucian.
I mean, hey, with those, 2 size 1 shields, we should be able to get, Talon to me is, it's pretty tanky. It can definitely hold up itself, but you really need to be able to, it can get away very easily. Powered thrusters, you're out of the door. Powered shields, your shields are back up super quickly. So Talon's a very good ship here, a very good choice. I think that the Saber may have the firepower to bring it down. But Kronsy, your thoughts on here before we look at other ships here about the Talon?
Yeah, I mean, those two size 4 Rhino repeaters are a beast to compete with for a lot of people, really only being outperformed DPS by the Saber and a couple of other ships, but in this instance, that's sort of where it is. One of the biggest things that I think that the Talon / Saber sort of competitiveness comes from is the wings on the Talon, let's say, are not as durable necessarily as the Saber. You can end up losing a wing on the Talon. It's going to throw you all over the place. If you lose it on the Saber, doesn't tend to matter as much, you know? It's only if you really lose the full half where you start losing weapons and then you start losing. So, yeah.
Well, let's take a look at the Aegis Saber here as well, because we haven't looked at it all weekend, and this is a ship that's been one of my favorites even since 2.6.3. If you weren't around StarCitizen 2.63, that was the age of battles, baby, because we were on Arena Commander, we were trying to fight each other with Hornets, we were trying to clear Vandal Swarm with Auroras. Man, that was some fun times, but hey, I love having planets, don't get me wrong. I love having planets, so it's all good, but Kronsy, we'll kick it off with you. Break down the Saber, how you feel this ship is going to do versus something like the Hornet or Arrow. Oh, I'm sorry, Hornet or the Talon.
4 Panther repeaters. That's all you need to talk about with the Aegis Saber. 4 size 3 repeaters. A huge amount of firepower that comes out from this guy. Is able to hold its own in its maneuverability. It's able to hold its own in a little bit of its own sort of tankiness. But really it is there in these matchups to just sort of be almost like a support fire. Or you come in with your Hornet to try to harass them and get them into position where the Saber can just offload. And then that's how you win. That's how you win.
Nope, that makes sense. Anything you want to add to that there, right there, Meyer?
Yeah, I mean, the Saber has been a mainstay since its release in 2015. You know, Chris Roberts called this thing a ninja, the counterpart to, of course, the samurai that is the Hornet. That is right from Chris Roberts' mouth. And yeah, I do believe it is also the ship of choice of A2, Avenger Squadron's Shuang as well. We've seen him use that to great effect this time around. And of course, now we have new Cabbage coming in through with Team Wen, and we're going to see how they use this thing today. Crucian.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about this. Again, this matchup is going to be Herbidiza in that Spirit Talon, and you have Sin in that Hornet, that F-17 Hornet. Then you have Zero State in that Hornet, and then you're going to have New Cabbage in that Saber. Like I said, I think it's going to be one of our best matchups. I'm not going to say that it's even. I honestly, I can't even pick, but honestly, everybody went that way. I'm going to go this way with Team Wen coming out.
All right, 2-1 to you.
Top
okay, all right.
You know, I'm going to say this is going to be the first game out of the entire weekend that's probably going to go to Game 3.
I see that. Think? I feel that. I feel that. But my team will win, especially now that I'm the underdog, you know?
Well, just like how you picked Detox yesterday, you're going to be completely out of the door. But anyways, hey.
Well, that was a different strat, Crucian. You know, like that time around, I mean, you have to know how to work these things. This time around, there's no Detox. This is my team. This is my team.
Okay. Well, matches are about ready to go. We're going to be choosing Winner's Circle, which is that incredible atmospheric map in the new Arena Commander module. So, guys, I'm going to let you go ahead, and Meyer Kronsy, take it away.
Sounds good.
All right. For one of the, I think, the first time in this tournament, we have the Winner's Circle now, Kronsy. And this is, of course, the atmospheric matchup of the tournament. Yeah. And we don't have things like the Gladius this time around. We have, you know, a few safer ships this time around with the Saber, with the Talon, and the Hornet. But what do you think?
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting match for sure. Finally in Atmo. Well, I think it's time you give us a little bit countdown.
All right, contestants. 3, 2, 1. Engage.
They're engaging.
Engaging?
Wonderful.
All right. All right, so in a second, we're going to go in and hear the comms of a Team Wen with Zero State and New Cabbage. Let's go ahead and listen in and see what's going on.
Hey, down there.
Look how tight they're flying right now. They're so close to one another.
Ooh. Slow down, go 150.
All right, we've engaged, and we're already in that second pass scenario here. You can see Zero State's already taking that shield down, and it looks like they're going to take down this Hornet very soon, man. Like, Croncy, what do you think?
Yeah, this Hornet is not coming up well. It is huge damage right at the beginning. This was the fight. We have an elimination, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, a double
Saber
elimination!
Down, and the Hornet from the other team down. We are up to Hornet v Talon.
All right, that happened way too fast. We're going to have a look at some of these replays. But Sin and New Cabbage are both down. And we know New Cabbage was in that Saber, so Sin in that Hornet was focused down by Zero State. It looks like Sin was focusing a little bit too much on I believe it must have been New Cabbage. And so Sin took out New Cabbage, but of course that focus made it so that their cross-section was completely exposed to the laser sight of Zero State.
Yeah, one thing I do want to point out, Team Wen did mention that the reason that they didn't end up choosing the Hawk was on the off chance that they got an atmospheric map. That is exactly what has happened, so definitely the correct choice there for them. Also really awesome to see we've got Creator v Creator at the moment.
That's right.
So no help from your PvP org teammates.
100%, but now we have a Hornet versus a Talon, and that Hornet's HP and their shields are completely up. The Talon is on paper the more maneuverable ship, but you can see they're having a bit of an issue right here, turning back in. They may have lost some thruster control.
One important thing to remember, notice how the Revenant is completely out of ammo. That's going to be the case for all 3 games now, so completely offloaded on that first game. You know, hopefully that doesn't come back to bite them in the next couple of games, but this one still isn't over.
That's right. It looks like it might be on the back. Perhaps, you know, this is the Talon, of course, and it lives up to its name as a bird of prey. You know, once that wing is clipped, it's very difficult to get back in the game here. But yes, as you said, resource management with the Hornet is, I guess, 4-fold instead of 3, because, of course, the Hornet has to match and has to keep its ballistics, of course, monitored as well. And because that has been expended, the next couple of rounds are going to be a little bit slower, I think.
Yeah, very much so. Just then, we had them approaching the end of the simulation. We've had that happen a couple of times over the course of the tournament. No major issues with that necessarily, so, you know, good on our players, making sure that they're staying in the center.
That's right. So usually what happens here, and what we've seen, is that the ship that returns into the simulation first has a bit of an advantage, obviously, because now they're just waiting inside the zone for the other person to come inside. But this time around, it looks like they've separated ways, and now they're coming back in for the next pass. 2 clicks away, we're not going to see any fire again until that like sweet spot of about 500 meters, Croncy.
Yeah. This definitely feels like it's Zero State's game to win. Remember, we do, because we're in Arena Commander, we do have a time limit. It is up there at the top, so if you expend that time limit, boom, you are gone. So it should be quite interesting. You're going to have to force yourselves to get into a couple of these fights.
That's right. You can't run away all the time, especially if you are on the losing hand of things. And here we have an awesome knife fight right here. The Talon is so much more agile, but they have to make sure they stay outside of that Hornet's cone, because that is a deadly, deadly place to be, Croncy.
Yeah, great maneuverability there from Herbazita, able to chase Zero State off. I really thought that Zero was going to be able to get in some solid damage there, but yeah, fantastic flying from Herbie.
That's right. Now, it's interesting that the Hornet is the one that seems to have pulled away in this encounter here. You know, like, again, on paper, the Hornet is more dangerous, and it has those guns. The Talon you would expect would be the one to orbit, to merge, and to try and take advantage of that situation. But, oh! What happened?
Oh, no!
Upset there. Zero State.
Herbazita! Oh, my God.
I think he was just trying to get evasive around the buildings.
He's trying to make you hit the building, and he hit the building himself.
Oh, wow. Insane. All right, well, we're going to get into a game 2. Hopefully, we avoid some of those obstacles this time around. Should be pretty interesting.
Yeah, so that was Zero State that made a quick stop at one of the hotels here in Planet Green. All right, so contestants, round 2 is upon us in 3, 2, 1, engage! All right, and in a second here, Croncy, we're going to go ahead and move in and listen in to the comms of Herbazita and Sin of Team Hot Peanut.
Sounds fantastic.
Earlier, if they focus you again, you want to blow through a little bit. I can't do that in the Saber. The best thing for the Saber is the backstrap. Okay, I got one in front of it. They're just to your left. Yeah, see him. 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock high. See the... Oh, they're to the left. Okay. Yeah, it is. So, yeah, let's look at the Talon's low, or Talon's high. Yes. So let's How far are they? They split? Yeah, they're very split. Talon is sitting way back, dude. Yeah. All right, let's push on the Hornet. I don't have my ballistics, Ralph. You never got a refill on ballistics? I didn't get a refill on ballistics. You gotta stay evasive, dude. They can't keep up.
All right, we're back in, and Croncy, take it away, man.
Yeah, massive first pass here. This is going to be really interesting. Team Wen up a game due to, the collision that we saw a little bit earlier. This is a huge fight here between this Talon and the Saber. Both shields down, lots of damage being applied to her Vizita and the Saber alike. Take those out, get yourselves into a 1v1 with the Hornet, and you're in a good spot. I did just notice the Saber very damaged. There we go! Big explosion there for New Cabbage. Down goes the Saber. We're in a 2v1, but the other Hornet not doing too well. The Talon not doing so great either.
That's right, and it looks like all Hornets now have 0 ammo inside their Revenants. Their DPS isn't going to be so crazy, however, you still have to watch out for them because they are a force to be contended with. It is Sin against Zero State here, so of course, Zero has to watch out because, Sin wasn't in there. Sin was taken out as they were focusing on, of course, New Cabbage, but we'll see how this
bit of a rough fight there. We noticed in that fight there that Zero State shield went down very quickly. Lots of damage being applied to Zero State here. Is able to get the shields down, but
this is
you're
not
just
looking
surrounded.
good.
You can't do anything.
He's more than surrounded. This is trouble right here. They're staying alive. That was such a close collision there. Ram almost living up to their name, and there we go. Zero State eliminated.
Well, Crucian called it. Game 3.
All right.
Game 3. It's going to be nuts.
Did you get ballistics this time? No. Yes.
All right. So let's go. It's time for Game 3. Teams in 3, 2, 1, engage!
Game number 3, ladies and gentlemen, of our first match of the day. 1 apiece. Are we all excited?
Man, I love this so much. As we're doing this from home is gonna be, it's not gonna be the same anymore, we've been spoiled. But here we go, Team Wen approaching the center of the winner circle. Now you can see how close these guys are flying next to each other. Now, that's actually a bit of a strat because obviously it's gonna change how quickly and how soon you can target them. But here we go into that first pass, Croncy. Take it away, my friend.
Big first pass on that Talon. It's a good thing to focus right off the bat because it is a little bit more maneuverable, a little bit more awkward to get away from. Big damage here as we go Hornet v Saber. Shield almost down. Down they go. Can they apply enough damage?
Let's go. It's pretty
Hornet
much
not doing too well either.
That's right. It's pretty much knife fight. We don't know where that third-party fighter is coming in. This is super close right now. They have to pull away. They have to split up. Make sure that they're not just conceding damage to somebody else. We can see this Hornet here going Hornet on Hornet, plowing down on this thing. They've already taken 319 points of HP here, and they're coming in for that next pass.
Yep, also looks like we have been able to get ballistics back, so that Revenant Gatling doing a ton of damage.
That's right. So it looks like in Winner Circle, or at least in Arena Commander, just like usual, when you take down somebody's ship, you have to pick up a power-up for more ammunition, and that's exactly what they did, and it's working in their favor right now.
Big fight. Look at the damage that Hornet sustained, though. Very rough. Don't get yourself in a bad situation here.
That's right. The Hornet is one of the more robust ships. It can take damage, and it won't really lose too much when it comes down to thruster control. But here we go. We can see this Hornet go is pushing up on the other one right here. It looks like they haven't been detected just yet, insofar as this other Hornet has other plans. And I don't know if it's a matter of thruster control here, Croncy, or just that this other one here is a bit more beat up, but he's not able to catch up.
Yeah. This is Zero State's game to lose. Remember, it is 1-1, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right.
If Zero can pull this out, can get that 2v1, which we've seen happen already multiple times over the course of the tournament, so it is not a death sentence, that's for sure, then that's going to be big news.
That's right. New Cabbage is down. Zero State is... Oh! There we go. What? Double elimination? Was that a...
What?
What an upset! And with that... Team Wen goes through. Let's go to the desk and see what Crucian has to say.
What happened?
I know exactly what happened, believe it or not. You're a smart man, by the way. yeah, there you go.
Oh my
No,
God.
so I'm not sure if you noticed, but Zero, he strategizes very well. The entire time he was like flying through buildings, hoping for maybe something to happen, but I'm not sure exactly what happened because it's hard. But like him flying through those buildings, probably, I don't know, maybe the chase, maybe they collided, but we'll figure out here in a second what really happens.
That's right.
You know,
Yeah.
it's tough, but overall these fights are great. Went to
Yep.
game 3, Herbity's smack into a building, but hey, it's all right. It's, you know, should be good there, but it was a great matchup so far.
Yeah.
I really. Herbity's is a great pilot, man. I'm
Oh,
not,
yeah,
I'm not
that
even
was
going to lie to you.
insanely
Him
impressive.
and that Esprit talent, really showing
Yeah.
off those moves. You saw him really trying to knife fight Zero that entire time, but Zero would do a great job at moving away, maneuvering, trying to speed out of the way so that way he's not in a knife fight because he knows he's going to end up losing versus those talent size 4s every single time. But anyways, great matchup so far. We got some replays, but Meyer, give us your thoughts on this, this match that went the distance here.
Well, I mean, again, Crucian, you know, knife fighting is a two-way street. You know, it's all about thruster control, throttle control, and, you know, like it. And, you know, like, I guess let's have a look and see what happens in a second with this replay here. I don't think that they crashed into a building, but it was more that these two. That was round one. That was round one there.
Yeah.
Again, taking the quick stop here, one of these easy habs. But again, you know, like I think it was more a matter of these two guys just coming in. Again, flying close to each other is a useful strat, but you know, like sometimes you can come a bit too close, and it's not. It doesn't really serve to help you so much as we saw just there. You know, like they merged a bit too literally, I think.
Yeah, I think a really important thing to say about game number 2 with that really extended fight between Herbazita and Zero State was so much fun to watch. So, sorry, game 1, my apologies.
Yes.
So much fun to watch and really showed off just how good of a pilot Herbazita is. I am extremely impressed.
No, he did a great job maneuvering that Esprit talent. Sin did a great job as well. If you notice, they, you know, after game number 1, and competition is all about adapting and figuring out the strategy that's going to work for your team every single time. Adapting after that game number 1, and you saw after that game number 1, they went straight after New Cabbage, got that weakness, took him out every single time in match 2 and 3. But yeah, unfortunately, if they collided to each other, that's just, you know, that's on the team. A little bit of miscommunication going on. But hey, this is what this experience is all about in person here at CitizenCon 2953. Man, that matchup was incredible. But let's jump in to talk a little bit about.
There we go. That was that there.
Yeah. So they smacked. Yep.
Can we see that
rough.
again?
Yeah, you'll see it right here.
Yeah.
I think it should be this one again. I mean, it's
So this is from
it's
other
unfortunate.
perspective.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's the
rough.
other perspective. But I mean, they need to be able to control. But remember, these competitors are here just, you know, playing out of their comfort zone, but overall doing a great job and having a blast here at the show. But I mean, great battles here with Team Hot Peanut versus Team Wen. But hey, this puts Team Wen against Team Be Avenged.
Yes.
So, you know, you have Zero State and New Cabbage who is going to be going up against
Avenger 1 and
Avenger
Lizzie B.
1 and
Yeah.
Lizzie B. So that's going to be very, very interesting to see how they're going to be able to adjust as much as possible there. And then our next matchup is coming up. Is going to be Kosher Coors versus Green Serpents. Let's kind of talk about that matchup while they get set up here. But how are we feeling about, you know, this is going to be for an elimination matchup here versus Kosher Coors and Green Serpents. How are we looking for this matchup? Kick it off with you, Mike.
All right. I mean, yo, ever since that first round in our Road to CitCon, G.I. Jew has been my favorite pilot in the series.
Okay.
You know, no offense to anybody. Hi, Paul. How's it going? But yeah, like, you know, the way that they flew that arrow, the way they were able to 2v1 in multiple occasions, and just, you know, I've never seen a chat in StarCitizen go so crazy as that in that encounter. It was ridiculous. So I'm looking forward to seeing more of that. I don't know if we will see the arrow just because of, you know, like a few choices this time around here today. However, you know, like regardless whatever they use, you know, like I'm just a fan.
All right. Across your thoughts on this next matchup coming up, Team Kosher Coors versus Green Serpents.
Yeah, as I said, I'm really excited to see Verity on the game again and see what she can pull off. But I do have to say, I was ribbing Paul all day yesterday, and so I think I have to, you know, I'd have to even it up a little bit and say Paul is a fantastic pilot, and in fact the best pilot in the verse, as far as I'm concerned, and will definitely win.
Hey. Well, it's going to be a great
He's
match.
smiling. It's fine.
I mean, it's going to be a great matchup. While the teams get set up here for our next matchup, we're going to be cooking through a lot of matches today. I'm very excited because we have this flow. It's going to be fantastic. We're going to get through as many matches as we can today, but we're going to be right back after this quick intermission, and we'll bring you match number 5 here in the Fight or Flight CitizenCon Invitational presented by Toby.
Normal. Like,
Yeah. No issues.
Yeah.
Just immediate. Yeah, it was nuts.
like that has some huge connotations for the future, like with like fleet battles and like capital ships and just the future of SC. There's a reason why so many people were like teary-eyed, like dev style. Like you saw those devs yesterday, like just like,
Man, it's all
dude,
hard work, man. Hard
man.
work, just like all of us here at Atmo Esports, putting in that passion. I'll say something again. Atmo Esports, man, we're all pretty much volunteers here. We work very hard. So I'm gonna open it out to everybody. If you are wanting to get involved, have a good time with a great community here at Atmo Esports, you want to be a camera person and checkpoint, you want to help us out and jump into these events, head on over to our Discord, discord.gg/Atmo Esports. Come visit us, come say hello, come say, hey, I want to help you guys grow this thing to the next level. We always love to have more people in the community to help us out. And which, that being said, here at CitizenCon 2953, we have our Atmo Esports booth right behind you. Go say hello to the team. Go grab a rule book. Rule books are absolutely incredible. Very great job at Corsair for getting those printed. But check out the booth. Go talk to our staff and volunteers that are over there. Absolutely incredible people overall.
100%.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. You just kind of looked at it. I don't know.
But I mean, like, you know, the whole fact that, you know, server meshing, at least in its infancy right now, is possible. We've seen it with our eyes live on stage. The future of Atmo events that aren't, you know, just in these closed off environments. I mean, I love the, you know, the 2v2 dogfighting and stuff, but, you know, Atmo came through the verse, through things like the Daymar Rally, these huge, large-scale events that have only gotten bigger and bigger. And with server meshing, it's only going to get bigger. And with that, you know, like, we're going to need more security elements as well, because it's live. You know, like, they're going to be good guys, you know, like security, they're going to be participants, they're going to be like thousands of drivers, but there'll be bad guys as well.
By the way, the panel that's actually going on right now is actually, they were talking earlier about the new player experience when they're making their character.
Yeah.
I believe I caught a little bit of that on during our break. So, and then we have something else going on the screen right now.
What is
what
that?
is that?
But hey, I'm excited because look, I'll probably go into the main stage, watch it, and probably forget everything, and then go back home and watch it 6 more times to make sure I can understand what's going on. Because every time you watch something over and over, you kind of get something new. You gotta get that new idea of what they're trying to do, and you know, kind of understand what they're putting in the game.
So that machine there is that's the rig for how they actually managed to do the photogrammetry for like getting.
Oh, like the facial capture.
Yeah,
Yep.
It's not just facial. That was a sphere,
Like
so
a
it's
full-on,
full body.
Okay,
Yeah.
very cool.
That's
Well,
awesome.
we'll have to catch up on that. But, ladies and gentlemen, let's move on here. We have Team Hot Peanut coming up here very, very soon versus Team Space Dads. Now, let's talk a little bit about this matchup because I'm so excited. You guys know I love some action. I'm going to be taking this one away here with you, Croncy. But let's talk a little bit about these teams. And, Meyer, I'll kick it off to you first. What are your thoughts? Who do you think is going to come out on top?
Well, I mean, the second half of course, that Shadow Moses team is going to be there with Bognogus in Space Dads, you know, like, that's going to be Comet 15. And so, you know, like, hey, if you think that Cobra was doing some work in that Gladius in that previous match. Just wait until you see what they can do over there. But of course, you know, like we do have Herbadiza, and we do have, of course, Sin from Ramming Department as well. These are some really, really just like, again, some of the best of the best. And so it's going to be a great match altogether, I think.
Bronsy, your thoughts on this next match coming up next?
Yeah, really excited to see Herbie and Sin come back. You know, Ramming Department taught me a lot of what I know about PvP, so it's really cool to see them.
Not just ramming either.
I mean, you do fly the mole, so.
Wow. Really excited to see what Herbie can get into in this match, because obviously, you know, we had that first fight with Zero State, and just a couple of unfortunate circumstances happening there. Didn't really, while we saw some amazing talent fighting, didn't really get to see the full scope of it. Right? So I have a feeling we're going to see the same thing here. Sorry, a better thing here. And yeah, I think Hot Peanut have got this one.
Man, well, I think it's going to be a great matchup. I believe the teams are underway. I believe they're still having a practice, but it's going to be a good fight. Let's go check out how the teams are doing right now.
All right, so it looks like they're still setting up controllers and stuff here, but as you can see, this might be the SBK match. Yeah, let's go. I guess let's shoot back to see what's going on the show floor in that case. And for those who haven't seen, like, from the official CIG cameras and such, you know, like, there is so much fog everywhere, man. It's pretty awesome. Like, it feels as if you're in Ruin Station right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think they did a great job in putting this all together, kind of getting the design, feeling like you are definitely in Ruin Station. I like to see when people are just walking by, they're disappearing in the fog. It's actually very cool.
That's right.
I think the layout was great. I think the entire team at CIG to kind of design this and put it together. If you're not here, man, you can't. It's so hard to tell how incredible this place looks. Like, you have things hanging out, all of the the AC vents are falling through the ceiling. It just looks absolutely amazing. You know, amazing.
All the lights.
All the lights hanging down. I think
cool.
it's
like,
absolutely fantastic.
It's like stepping into a whole new realm, man. It's they've done a great job. Like, 2019 was awesome. You know, like, it was a little bit of an ArtCorp-y theme to, like, the community area, but nothing quite on the scale of this.
Yep. I mean, it just makes me excited because, you know, if we are doing this maybe again next year, if possible, you know, we haven't had any official announcement, but I would like to see what kind of theme is going to be coming up here
Zero State
soon. So I'm very excited. And also, just to give a quick shout out here, we will be having, right after this matchup, we're going to be having another Tobii Eye Tracker 5 giveaway. So after this matchup, don't go anywhere. We're going to pick 2 people in the crowd to do on some rock, paper, scissors.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Rock, paper, scissors. We're going to get some hype.
All right.
And
the
what
most
we're gonna
competitive
do,
of the formats.
Yes, we're going to do best out of 3, and we're going to see who's going to win a Tobii Eye Tracker 5. So whoever's the loudest in the crowd, I'm going to have to pick them. But we're going to have some representatives from Tobii here that's going to help me with that as well.
All
so
right.
Another giveaway is going to be coming up soon, but this matchup should be starting any second. They're still working on getting set up here, but hey, I'm excited for this one. I don't even have, like, I didn't even say my prediction, but I think that Herb and Sin they look too serious over there, man.
Too serious?
They look too serious. They look they look way too serious. And then you got Sin with incredible. I'm gonna call it the pilot mustache. Is that cool? Hey, let's go. I'm loving it here, but hey. Did you guys give me your predictions? Did you guys say who was going to win?
Yeah, I think Hot Peanut have it.
Okay.
All right, in that case, I'm going to have to be the underdog yet again. And I'm going to go, of course, with Comet.
Well, last time you picked them and they went this way, the team wins.
Well, we'll see about it. We'll see about it. Maybe perhaps there's just some luck going on in Team Gladius.
You're 0-2. You're in the loser bracket already.
Oh, well, you know how it is. Someone has to be.
You're eliminated. You have to leave the commentary.
Listen, in the history of Fight or Flight, the team that wins always comes up through the underdogs. All I'm saying, through the losers bracket. So, you know, how it is. That's all I'm saying.
No worries. Right. And now we got what's this is a Christmas helmet too as well.
Yes.
From another community booth. This is actually pretty awesome. I really, really enjoy seeing
That's
that.
Diabolus, Kin Shadow, and Combustible props there with their cosplay corner, and they have some amazing things. You might have actually seen Diabolus walking around today in the AV's suit there. Of course, that came out, I believe, with the Prowler from Asperia as well. As we pan out, we can see the Paladin helmet underneath there, one of my favorite helmets in the entire game as well. We've got a Citizen in the way, but as you can see on the bottom left there, there is the Defiance helmet as well. People who are here on the show floor can actually try out one of 4 of these helmets and, you know, take a picture and stuff. And yeah, it is just, it's phenomenal. Again, I love it so much. That's the ADP helmet right there.
Well, I mean, a lot of the community did a great job with, you know, really bringing out cosplays. I call out the Halo community because they have some great cosplays. I think we just take it up to a whole nother level.
100%.
We've seen the AV's helmet. We've seen a lot of great cosplays. The only one, the best cosplay we've seen today, I literally forget the name right as soon as I what do you call it, the hospital robe, the hospital robe.
The medical robe.
The medical
there
gown.
you go.
Yeah.
Okay. Look, man, it's been a day, but it's a medical gown has been one of the best ones that I've seen. I just hope that they're clothed under there. That's all I hope so. Let's hope so that happens.
Maybe you don't sit on the seat directly after them.
Yes, exactly.
And honorable mention to
exactly.
the Ninetales as well, though. Those guys,
Yes.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Well,
Okay.
we got our match coming up next. Kroncy, you ready to take this away?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's get it done. Here we go into our next matchup. We have Team Hot Peanut versus Space Dads. Let's get it on.
Let's hear some hype from the crowd.
Yeah, let's go.
There we go. Fantastic. That's one of the cool things.
All right, yeah, we got top left. We got Comet 15 and Bognoggins on bottom left. Herbies at top right, Sin top right, and they're going to be flying. Herbies again in that Esperia Talon, already engaging, getting on that lock-in. We got Sin in the Esperia Blade. They're here with this Team Esperia right now.
Yeah, good to see the Blade again. Once again, we expanded the rule set for this weekend. So there's a couple of extra ships in there, and the Blade's one that we've seen a couple of times. So really good to see that. On that first pass, I do want to mention, Herbazita shields down almost immediately, but able to get out with a fair amount of ease.
Yep, right now, and then you got Comet 15. It's going to be in that Esperia, in the Glaive, and then Bognoggins in that F7C Hornet. Already shots going on. As you can see, Comet 15 doing a great job locking on. Zooming by goes the Blade, and just not able to get that lock in. Herbie's doing a great job at just trying to find that positioning against his opponents, Kroncy.
Yeah, Talon and Blade. Very, very interesting combination here that we haven't seen today. So excited to see what it can do. Obviously, we've got Bognoggins still on the Hornet, the favored ship of the tournament, and for good reason. It has been crushing not just this weekend, but the entire group stages.
Yep, I just keep seeing, man, Sid is doing a great job at trying to get that pass very quickly, just zooming by the Glaive every time. He cannot let Comet, you know, get that lock on because that damage will hurt as soon as possible. Bognoggins trying to get in position in here to get some shots in, and he's almost there, getting closer, and he should be able to get some shots in against Herbadiza, and hopefully they can take out that Spirit Talon as quickly as possible.
Yeah, lots of very, very close flying to that asteroid from the Glaive. Hopefully, the terrain doesn't get any more kills today, but as we were mentioning earlier, it is nice to actually have, you know, you have to have a little bit of awareness of where you are in these sort of fights. It's good fun.
No, it's some great fun here. You see Bognoggins getting some shots and getting some damage, putting in that work in that F7C Hornet. Ballistics are going out. Those energy weapons just doing some great damage versus the Esperia Blade right now. They're trying to catch it, man, but there we go. Sin goes boom, and Bognoggins, man, putting in that work, but Comet also as well. This teamwork has been definitely improved, Kroncy.
Yeah, got themselves into a really nice position. We had like a full 20 seconds of just sustained fire. Just was not able to get out of the way. So yeah, fantastic work getting them in that position and getting that kill.
Man, I'm seeing some great right now. When Sin went down, Comet and Bognoggins was both on him, so it was great positioning. And now let's see if what Herbazita can do in the Esperia Talon.
Yeah, well, we know what Herbie can do in the Esperia Talon. We saw it against Zero, and that is knife fight. So it's going to be a little bit harder here, obviously, but I mean, if it's anything like that fight, then they're definitely giving them a run for their money.
Yep, I think right now Comet's doing a great job at trying to maneuver and just get into that position to be able to get that damage in against Herbazita, especially with those incredible size cannons on the left and right of the glaive, and then you see Bognagas trying to maneuver around, get into positions to back up Comet 15, so that way they're not in that knife fight position where Herbazita really doesn't want to be against Comet, but because these pilots are doing great at being able to have the position they want and be able to take out their opponent.
Yeah, super rough situation here, but once again, I think I've said it every match at this point because it keeps happening. We've gotten into these 2v1 situations, and the one has won, right? So certainly not over yet. And with the amount of asteroids that are actually in this location, and they've moved into them, you know, spatial awareness is going to be important. That was a real close pass right there.
Yeah, that was really close, taking some damage. I'm trying to see here, 0 Gs, he's pushing it. Herbazita pushing the Esprit talent as much as he can. Here, they're using a great style of power management. He's actually in between shields and thrusters, and that's just a crazy way to play, but now he put all his shields back up, trying to get that, and now he's blacked out. Hopefully he doesn't go out of the arena because that's going to give him a timer, and then he's going to not be able to make it back. The arena's just going to take his life, and that's going to go game 1 to Comet and Bogdanis.
Yeah, exactly. They're really struggling to get a decent amount of damage on Herbie. They keep getting shields down, but they haven't really been able to commit just yet. So maybe that'll happen over the next couple of minutes, but it's certainly been a really good fight to watch. The glaive shields down. Herbie getting some damage in.
Wow.
Ooh, this is a good fight.
Very good moment here for Herbadiza. Really good knife fight, getting those bursts and just doing a great job at putting in that work. And his shields are still down here for Comet 15. Shields are back up finally, so he is safe for now, Croncy.
Yeah, luckily they were able to get the shields down on Herbie. Kind of had no choice but to get out of there, so couldn't continue to commit to that damage. But, I mean, you know, you pile that over the course of the next couple of minutes, and eventually you'll get there. We're about halfway through our 10-minute mark. Let's see.
Yeah, right now you see Bognagas, though. His shields are up. He's okay, but you see that his left thruster and the back end tail, his aft wing, is completely red right now, so he's doing a great job at trying to stay alive. But if Herbadiza can keep peeling, keep maneuvering out of the way, keep doing the damage he's doing, there's a possibility that he can pull off his 2v1, Cronzy.
Yeah, Herbie trying to hide a little bit in the edges of the arena at the moment near this asteroid. Should have enough time to get back in, but it's obviously a great way to actually try to break out of some of these combats by forcing your opponents to also have to head back towards the center.
Yep, right now it seems like here it goes again. Here goes the engagement by Herbadiza, getting some good shots off, and he's going straight after Comet 15. He's trying to get those shots, but Bognagas needs to come in and knock out Herbadiza because he needs to be able to back up his teammate, so that way he needs to disengage, get back, you know, power the thrusters, and get out of the way because, hey, Bognagas is backing up his teammate very, very well at Cronzy.
Yeah, this second half of the fight seems like it's certainly in Boggs and Comet's favor. They have managed to get a tail off of Herbie, and they are able to get the shields down, make sure that Herbie has to run away before any damage can be sustained on the glaive.
Yep, but I think Herbie really wants that glaive, but right now you see Comet 15 doing a great job getting that remerge in, trying to get into position and hopefully get those hits where he needs it to continue tearing down the hull of Herbadiza and hopefully putting this team up 1-0 versus Hot Peanut.
Yeah, Herbazita making really good use of the refinery there, just trying to make sure he can get it into reposition, but Bog is not leaving. Bog is staying on there and harassing constantly.
Hey man, I gotta give it to Bog, man, doing a great job at just maneuvering his way to be able to get that damage in, getting some great shots in. You see damage is coming in, and right now Herbazita is really pushing these Gs to the limit and just trying to maneuver, trying to get away. But honestly, if the timer runs out, that still goes, you know, game 1 is gonna go to Team Space Stats.
Yeah, definitely. We haven't had many situations that have gotten really close to the end, but once it does, I imagine it's gonna get a lot riskier. That talent is taking a lot of damage. Down it goes.
Oh,
Game
man, and I saw this in the screen. Bognagas just, man, turned it up, getting those last shots in as soon as the shields were down. Great job, man, Bognagas, showing what Team Space Dads can do, that they can fly.
Yeah,
so.
I swear for about 3 minutes, Bog's screen was just Herbazita the entire time.
Yep, so they're going to push right into this next matchup number 2. So very excited to see what's coming up. What are your thoughts so far on that one right there, man? Bognagas did a great job because Herbazita was really on Comet 15 that entire time. Comet 15's shields were down for a bit, but Bognagas did a great job of backing up his teammates, so that way Herbazita had to move away before it was too late for him.
Yeah, there was one situation, I think it was around the 6 or 7 minute mark, where, yeah, Comet 15 was having some trouble. Shields were down, damage getting applied, but Bog, yeah. I think if we were to name an MVP of that specific game, Bog just blew it out of the park.
I mean, you can't leave out the maneuverability of Comet, man. He did a great job of trying to keep Sin busy while, you know, Bognagas hopefully back him up. Great communication there from what I've seen in the gameplay. But Meyer, we're back at the desk here. Let's throw it over to you. What are your thoughts about that game one between Hot Peanut and Team Space Dads?
My favorite thing about that match was that our creator and not the champion of the Road to CitizenCon got both kills there in that Hornet.
I mean, there's something, you know, if you play, you know, League, there's something called last hit.
It wasn't last hit, dude. It wasn't last hit.
Well, kill stealing again.
I know, right? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, but you know, I feel like a lot of, you know, it's all about adaptability and trying to, you know, adapt into these moments here, especially when this tournament is going on. So I feel like, you know, both of these guys just are getting that experience, know what they have to do, and it's just coming out very well for Team Space as in general.
I mean, like we saw the, you know, the esports players there focusing each other, but Bognagas was right on that tail, and just you know, like kudos to Sin. Sin is an amazing pilot, but yeah, I don't think they were expecting Bog to come in from the dorsal side like that and just take out the ship. But yeah, I'll leave it to you guys in the next match.
Sounds good.
All right. Krause, man, that matchup was so great. I'm really, really enjoying it so far. We're going to see this next matchup, match number 2 here, Team Hot Peanut versus Space Dads, and we're going to be getting some sweet action. We're right back into it. Herbides in that Spirit Talon and Sin in that Spirit Blade, and we're going to be keeping those same ships. Comet 15 putting in that work in the Glaive, and then Bognagas and then F7C Hornet. Bronzy, what are your thoughts here? You think we're going to get a 1-1? You think Team Hot Peanut is going to be able to keep their tournament life alive here at the Fight or Flight CitizenCon Invitational, presented by Toby?
Well, it's really going to depend if we see the exact same thing we saw last match, or maybe, you know, Sin's able to stay up a little bit longer. I would like to see another Game 3, because the last Game 3 we had was absolutely fantastic. So, yeah, a day of Game 3s for me, please.
Well, here we go. We're getting into the match where Space Station Korea in this map. I love this map here in Arena Commander. They're about to get right into it, and let's see if this is going to make a difference. They have nowhere to run outside of being around the space station. So let's see what happens here if Team Hot Peanut can go up 1-1.
Yeah, very different from the last couple of matches we've had, and we're in our first passes already. The Hornet going straight after the Blade, which, you know, that's essentially exactly what we saw last game as well. So makes a lot of sense. Already damage in, team vehicle damage. Maybe a slight collision there. Hopefully not too bad. Not many points acquired there, so hopefully everything's okay.
Yeah, right now we see Bognagas doing a great job getting a stick in. There it goes that Pip. He's on point. He's getting some damage out. Trying to stay in. Too much with the 0Gs. Pushing that F7C Hornet to the limits. Getting some great damage here. And can they able? Comet needs to come in. Shields are down and hopefully get that win. But hey, doing a great job, Sin. Backing away, putting those power to those weapons and trying to get in some damage as much as he can. Here he goes. The damage is going out to Comet 15. Shields are almost down. Will Herbides be able to back him up and hopefully take him out? Shields are down for Comet 15 right now.
Big damage coming in, ladies and gentlemen. That Glaive not going well. Still on target, right on the edge of the simulation. Oh, that was beautiful.
Yeah, I know. That was man, he's like, yo, let me take him out before they take me out. But it's still an ongoing match. Loving to see the back and forth here. I just see, hey, the movement of Sin has been absolutely incredible. He does not stay still. It's hard to just be able to target him. So, hey, great maneuverability here, Kronzi.
Yeah, Revenant completely out of bullets. Here we go. Can you come in and support your player? It looks like you can. Trying to get them off, and it works. That Blade needs to get out of there before Bog's able to finish it off.
Yeah, right now, Comet 15 has shields down. Leslie, is he able to survive? He needs to be able to get some hits. Taking some heavy hits. There's a possibility. Comet 15 goes down, but boom! Goes Sin before Comet fully commits, doesn't maneuver away, and gets that kill. Both Team Space Dad really showing up to play today.
Yeah, massive kill there. Herbizida once again in the 1v2 situation, but we know that Herbizida can pull this off. So now it's just a matter of how's your knife fighting going to be right now? Let's see.
Hey, right now there's no place to run, so this is going to be a definitely, let's see if Herbazita can be able to do. He did a great job last game, Croncy. He was able to do a couple knife fights, but again, it's going to be the same situation where he only has that small window of opportunity to get the damage in and hopefully be able to get somebody down into a 1v1 situation.
Yeah, no hiding in asteroids, no hiding around refineries here, just pure open space combat. Probably the most common form of PvP combat in the verse.
Yep, right now, Herbie Diza is going after the fight right now. He's going straight at him. I'm going after Comet 15 as much as he can. He knows that Bognagas is in that Hornet, very, very tanky, but hey, I think Comet Bognagas is going to be able to strategize, try to take out that Spirit Talon a lot faster than the last match here, Croncy.
Yes. Oh, there's big damage going on to the Talon right there. Bognagas once again just staying on Herbazita's tail the entire time. Is able to get away this time for a little bit, but I mean, the chase is on.
Yep, the chase is on. There goes Herbie. His butt. No, it doesn't matter. Comet 15 fully committing, chasing down, getting that win, and Space Dads moves on 2-0 here in the Flight CitizenCon Invitational presented by Toby. Incredible. Give Team Space Dad a massive round of applause. Incredible performance, but we got to definitely show a lot of love here to Team Hot Peanut.
Yep.
We got Herbadiza all the way from Spain. Thank you so much for coming in and putting on a great show. And then Sin, incredible fight. I actually, that was awesome. I
So
really
you
enjoyed it.
You doubted.
Hey, man. Hey, man.
You doubted.
Hey, it's all good. It's
The
all
power
good.
of the mustache. You doubted.
Hey, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Hey, Meyer, give us your thoughts on that matchup, man. I think that match round number 2 was actually fantastic.
I want to start with the end with that beautiful snipe there from Comet 15 with the glaive. I mean, those weapons are slow, but when you get them placed the way they did, man, that was just what a way to end that fight. You know, Bognagas the entire time there had been very, very helpful in that situation. You know, throughout they were always on target, always on task. His Hornet wasn't actually focused as much. It seemed as if, you know, like Sin really wanted to just take out Comet instead. And, you know, sadly, it didn't pay off for them. What was interesting, though, about that second game, though, was that, you know, like, I think Bog wasn't as effective. I think in that first encounter, we saw, like, the 2 kills from Bog. They managed to actually use those Revenants to great effect. That Revenant took out that first ship, like, in, I think, the second or third pass. This time around, pass 1, the Revenant was down 99% of its ammo, and so it was a bit slower. However, we had, you know, our champion from the road to CitizenCon there to back him up, and, yo, it was just a sweet fight, all in all.
It was a great fight, man. Team Space that doing a great job overall. But, hey, Croncy, let's check out some quick replays, and while we check out the replays, break down a little bit of that match, and what are your, you know, those moments that you thought absolutely stood out to you where really put Team Space Dads on top of Team Hot Peanut?
Yeah, Bognagas, what an absolutely outstanding play from pretty much both games. I think a very important thing to note is Bog would not let Herbazita out of his sights pretty much the entire time. In the first game, didn't necessarily wasn't able to get it as effectively, I guess. So it took a little bit longer. But then once we removed that refinery, removed the asteroids, you know, and that second fight, it was, hey, you've got nowhere to run. So I'm just going to take you down.
Yeah, I mean, like, one word for Bog that time around is relentless. You know, like, the entire time, though, just on top of Herbs and their Talon. Even though the Talon is one of the most maneuverable ships in this competition, it's super fast. And in that first encounter, you know, when Herb was down on their own, once Sim was eliminated, all they had to do really was just, like, you know, all they could do was move and try and reposition. We saw them try and make use of the refinery there. However, you know, that ended up being their grave. But like, but yeah, it was a great fight. I think that, I mean, I'm not really too sure how, you know, Herb could have played it differently in that 2-1 scenario. You know, the Talon is a great ship. However, you know, like, when it comes down to, in these scenarios where people are so accurate, you know, like, it's very hard to get in there and do that damage without taking too much damage yourself, because as you mentioned, you know, like, once the wing is clipped, that's your gun, you know, like, it's very fragile for the amount of damage output it has.
Yeah. Not to mention, I think there's a lot to be said about the ship choice there.
Right.
You know, we've seen the Hornet in these fights for so long for a reason. It's really tanky. It's got a decent amount of DPS. It can get out of fights pretty quickly too. And we didn't see that from Team Hot Peanut this time. So maybe that could have changed things a little. But usually in these sort of fights, I usually recommend, you know, just use the ships that you're most comfortable with.
Yeah.
But try to be comfortable with every ship if you can.
Yeah, I feel like, you know, when it comes down to it, a lot of these pilots, you know, they do have like a deck of ships that they're like the most comfortable with. I would love to see what happens, you know, in the future if we ever like add in eliminations and that kind of thing to the mix, especially like, you know, once the ships that grow with more character in the future. But one thing, Croncy, I wanted to bring into it is like now we've seen, I think, almost the entire gamut here of different maps. We've seen things like, you know, like we've seen Broken Moon, we've seen Dying Star, we've seen SPK. But yeah, like I do feel as if my favorite's Broken Moon just because we have that third team action in there, and like, you know, like SPK is more like, you know, Final Destination from Smash. But like, what's been your favorite track so far?
Good comparison.
I mean,
that's a really good comparison.
What can I say?
No, yeah, I'm a big fan of SPK because it really just comes down to just player skill, essentially. You know, you don't have to worry about any external things. It's just a full-on raw fight.
Yeah.
Now we do have our fantastic person Sevens out on the field at the moment, looking at some stuff. So here is the Atmo booth. There is Jeremy. Jeremy's a great lad. He helped me build some chairs on Friday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why I'm so bad at building chairs. It was my job for like 3 years. But if you want to get into any Atmo events, make sure you go meet the team over there. We've got some awesome booklets that were made by Corsair. You've also got, hey, look right there, we've got some of our fantastic creators. Go get a meet and greet, get something signed, whatever you want.
That's right, that's Avenged 1 and Lazy B. And for those who are on the show floor, make sure you do check out the meet and greet, you know, like, because I've heard that there's a way to actually enter in a ship giveaway, you know, like, so if you like ships, go check it out. Say hi to A1 and Lazy B. But yeah, there they are. I have no idea what he's saying right now. I don't speak Avenger, but but yeah, go check them out. I don't know what ship it is, Crucian. Do you know, like, for the giveaway?
Yeah, I believe they're going to be giving away one of the newer ships right now, the A1 Spirit, which they have, and then also the new cutter that was announced. You know, we're going to have him here. They're going to be at the meet and greet. Make sure you show them some love. There's where we have photos of the Atmo booth, so that way we can send those to you, and you can have that as a commemorated item. But coming up next here, we are going to have one of our great friends and sponsors, you know, from Tobii Gaming. We have Thomas here from Tobii Gaming. Thomas, how are you doing today? Go ahead, Thomas. Sorry.
I'm doing great, man. Thanks for having me. It's really cool to be here at CitizenCon and also to be here in the Atmo Esports area. Doing
awesome,
good.
Awesome. Well, Meyer, we have Thomas here. Have you met him before, Meyer?
I don't think we've met in person, at least, no.
No.
Well, Thomas Meyer, I'll do a quick introductions, but Thomas, tell us a little bit about your experience here at CitizenCon 2953.
First of all, it's insanely nice to be here and to see the community in person. We've been part of the Atmo family for almost 2 years now, supporting what you guys do. But being here on the show floor, seeing everything from the community booths to, you know, the pyro area, 150 PCs, absolutely, I'm super impressed. With the whole community, the passion. And interacting with people face to face. Yeah. So
yeah, I mean, you know, to put finally a name to a face is such a great way to kind of, you know, break that off of just, oh, my name is, you know, my name is Meyer, my name is, you know, Thomas. So it's so good to finally put a name to these faces that we've been playing in the game for so long. So, by the way, guys, after this, myself and Thomas will be picking 2 people to do some rock, paper, scissors. We're going to be giving away a Tobii Eye Tracker 5 along with a Tobii Eye Tracker 5 case. So very excited for that. But Thomas, let's talk a little bit about just Tobii or Tobii and Tobii Gaming in general.
Right.
How did Tobii, you know, how did Tobii started and how they get into gaming overall?
So we started about 22 years ago, which is a pretty long time for a tech company. Started creating eye tracking technology, mainly for scientific research. And we basically try to see where can we use this technology to, well, give people a better experience.
Yep.
We started out by applying it to assistive needs, but we quickly branched out into research, and then PC gaming was next.
Very. That's love to see that you guys took all this research that has been in, apparently like in a lot of industries, tech.
Yep.
You guys are in VR. You guys are in a lot of places, and a lot of people don't know that. But you know, overall, how did the gaming side start for Toby overall?
So we realized that we have this cool, interesting technology where a PC can essentially understand where it is that you're looking, and there's a lot of gamers at Toby. It's a tech-focused company, and so people were like, how can we use this, and how can we leverage it in gaming? And so that's basically it. Yeah.
Awesome. Meyer, any questions for Mr. Thomas here from Toby Gaming?
So we've seen some really awesome features, you know, like in SC, like with Toby, that you guys have like kind of designed bespoke for StarCitizen, like, you know, gaze-based tracking and stuff to be able to see what's going on. Are there any features that, you know, like you perhaps maybe are the most proud of, or perhaps maybe even features in the future that maybe perhaps you want to tell us about?
So I think that a feature that we're working on, hopefully we can bring it to StarCitizen as well, called Camera Boost.
Okay.
Yeah, and this is, in my opinion, a game changer for any type of dogfighting situation where you want to look over your shoulder or even behind you. So this combines eye tracking and head tracking to do something that's already very natural to us, which is when you want to look over your shoulder, typically with head tracking, you would crank up the sensitivity in order to, you know, get that amplification so you can look further, and you can still look at your screen, but that creates this kind of jittery, maybe not uncomfortable, maybe a bit of an uncomfortable situation when you're looking dead straight. But how about the amplification of your head tracking is higher the further away from the center that you're looking?
Oh, okay.
So we have created basically an integration that you can currently try out in 2 other games, and hopefully we can bring that to StarCitizen soon.
Well, talking about, you know, obviously this starts at convention, but talking about other games, I know you guys support. How many more other games can you actually, you know, use the Tobii eye tracker in?
Yeah, good question. I think we're over 175 games today.
Wow.
But we're finding the most players in the sim space. You know, it's people love to build out their own battle stations and head tracking while having hands on stick and throttle or dual stick. It's just you want to free up your hands. Your hands are already busy. And it's intuitive to look around. So Microsoft Flight Simulator is a big one. DCS World, one of my favorites. By the way, in DCS you can currently try out this camera boost feature. So be sure to give that a try when you're at home and you have an eye tracker to see if you like it, and give us feedback on how we can make that better.
Well, Thomas, is there any special discounts that you guys are doing during CitizenCon 2953? If you could just talk about that a little bit, and you know, just tell us about the specials.
There is. So for those of you watching online, there's a 15% off that we're running on the Eye Tracker 5. You can find it if you just go to gaming.tobii.com. But for those who are here, maybe I can actually spill the beans. For those that are watching this specific store, if you use the coupon code CitizenCon during checkout, you get an extra 5%, so you get 20% off, which is our largest discount of the year.
Awesome.
It only runs, I think, until Monday morning, so take advantage of that one. Then be sure to use that.
Awesome, Thomas. Well, look, I'm gonna say that thank you so much for, you know, providing all of the Tobii Eye Tracker 5, the Power Playground, really supporting us with, you know, the Tobii Eye Tracker 5 for the competitors and the practice stations in the back. Meyer, any last words here for Mr. Thomas?
Just thank you for, you know, like that tracking system, and I guess, you know, like you mentioned that like Tobii like comes from like the medical field, you know, research and all that, but you know, accessibility like these days tends to be like, you know, something that we're trying to get more and more into in the gaming space, get more people into it. Are there any features that Tobii can provide for people who perhaps aren't able to use conventional controls?
Yes, definitely. I mean, there's ways that you can control certain games with just your eyes.
Right.
Of course, this accessibility, it's a spectrum, right? Not everyone has the same needs.
Right.
So, but yeah, I mean, there's a way to, for example, have mouse look tied to your head tracking.
Okay.
So that's already a game changer for a lot of people. We have an SDK as well, actually. If you want to build your own tools, you can download that one and get creative with it.
Awesome. Well, Thomas, right before we do this giveaway, I want to give you the floor. Anything you want to say to the incredible StarCitizen community out here, especially here at CitizenCon 2953 and at home? Anything you want to say to the community?
I want to say we love the community. We want to hear your feedback, how we can make our stuff even better. We love supporting Atmo. My background personally is also in grassroots esports. And you know, seeing the professionalism here today, it's just a huge milestone. It gave me like goosebumps yesterday seeing, you know, the show go live. And for me, this is like a new chapter for competitive gaming in StarCitizen, for Atmo leading the charge. So it's very inspiring to see, and I can't wait to to support you guys further into the future. And
awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause to Thomas from Toby Gaming. And if you see the Toby team out there, show him some love as well. Doing a great job of supporting the community, and hopefully we get to see more of those sweet Tobii Eye Tracker 5 features kind of evolve into the game. So very excited. Now, you ready to do this giveaway?
Let's do it.
All right, so let's go ahead and switch over. All right, we're going to switch over to this right here. We're going to get Thomas from Toby. Thomas, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to have you pick one person. I'm going to pick one person. They're going to come up and do rock, paper, scissors. So we're going to pick someone from this side. I'll let you pick someone from this side. Let's get some noise. Whoever is hyped up. Where's the Tobii Eye Tracker 5? Okay, grabbing some person. You know what? I'm going to give Rio Torque another chance. She missed out yesterday. We're going to get some rock, paper, scissors going on. You have one more chance here, okay? Here's how we're going to do it, okay? All right? Rock, paper, scissors. On shoot, you have to put out whatever it is, okay? We're going to do best out of 3. All right? Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready? All right, ready. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Okay. Up 1 game. All right, here we go. Next round. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Oh, tied. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Okay, okay. Y'all in each other's mind right now? You okay? Okay. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Oh, okay. This is gonna go on. All right, all right. This is getting hype right now, okay? All right. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Oh, okay, okay. Okay, let's go again. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Oh, it's all right. What's your name, man?
Jackish.
Jackish, congratulations. You've won a Tobii Eye Tracker 5. Congratulations. Thank you so much. And thank you again. Thank you again to Thomas from Tobii Gaming. One more time, guys. We will be right back with the Flight CitizenCon Invitational presented by Tobii Gaming. Thank you, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is I, Crucian. I'm a little bit different now. I'm a little bit taller. I hope you don't mind, guys. Now, Crucian will be back with us more or less any moment, but Maya, we get to do this one ourselves.
That's right. That's right. Excited.
Yeah.
Dad's gone.
We could do anything we want. All right, everyone's running the Halle, yeah?
Yep. Fantastic. All right. Okay.
So we have a fantastic matchup for you here. Again, guys, here we're going to have Team Unconventional with Detox and Floor Mat. Team mostly UK, or at least the team that Maya thinks is Team UK. And of course, one of my favorites for the entire series, Straight Outta Klesher.
Straight Outta Klesher with Schwang and with, of course, is Gabby.
Why'd you say it like that?
Like what?
So confused.
Like what? Is there a handle, Miss Gabby?
Yeah. All right. We're doing a great job already with Christian, guys, I swear. But yeah, it should be a really fantastic fight. Our guys are just getting into the game now, and I can already tell you we've got some interesting ship choices, which we'll show you any moment now. Yeah, should be a really, really good fight. Who do you have for this one?
Well, I mean, it's a tough one. I mean, we have the floor mat over there with Unconventional. We had some really awesome plays of them before. I mean, they 2v1 pretty massively in their last fight there. However, you know, there is the Schwang element over there as well, so it's going to be a really tough one to see, but a beautiful one regardless, you know, especially if Schwang is back in their Saber. However, I think, you know, I like talking with you, but I want to go into this match, Croncy.
Yeah, definitely. Let's get in there and see what these guys can do, as well as have a little look at what these guys are running, because...
All right.
Maya.
Oh, come on.
If you look over there at floor mat screen...
No!
They did it! Ladies and gentlemen, that is the famous Cartual.
All right, well, talk about Unconventional, at least living up to their name, you know? So here we are. We're in Final Destination. You know, we're in Security Post Korea. There is not a single obstacle in sight, save for, of course, the eponymous SPK. Our teams are ready to go for this first round. Croncy.
Yeah, talked to both teams before we started, and I was asking them what were they going to run. Floormat said, keep it secret, but I'm running your favorite ship and we're going to lose. So I guess Detox is going to have to maybe carry that a little bit.
All right.
Gabs and Schwang had a little bit of a choice. They didn't know what they wanted to run as their second ship, so they ended up with the Gladius and the Hornet, a mainstay of this tournament.
That's right, that's for sure. It looks like we're already coming close to the start of the first pass of this encounter here. But yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see exactly how the Cartual does fare. It does seem as if we've got the Hornet on Hornet already. Hornet Ghost bearing down, already taken some hull damage with the ballistics going through the Revenants, of course. There is, of course, the view of the Cartual trying to take a shot or two at the Gladius. For those size 4s, they're going to have to take down the shields first. However, as you can see, they're doing some work.
Yeah, these size 4 attrition is absolutely fantastic. Shields down on the Gladius, damage being applied. Can they get it down before it moves out? It seems not. They're going to get a little bit of distance and try to re-engage.
Yeah, it looked like Floormat even blacked out there again. The Cartual, one of the alien ships out there, best known for the lateral strafe, is quite a doozy, especially when G-Safe is off. However, it looks like straight out of Kesler, we're not able to capitalize on that error. Looks like right now our teams are re-engaging Crucian. Croncy. Cronshin.
Cronshin's here. So yeah, that Gladius is taking a little bit of damage. We've also got the Hornet on Detox side with some damage. I'm a little surprised the Cartual has already survived as long as it has. As much as I love it, we've described it. It is a pancake.
That's right.
It is a big target to hit. It has the great maneuverability, but if you get into a bad situation, you're going to get all of that damage.
That's right. Again, we have the Cartual closing up on Schwang's Gladius. They're on that ventral side, taking down the shields. They're pretty far away at that distance, especially as Schwang is corkscrewing. It's going to be very, very difficult to get some hits in, especially now that they're in the simulation boundary. All ships now are going to have to go turn back in. They have 35 seconds to do so, otherwise they will be destroyed by the environment itself. We'll see what happens in the return there, Croncy, because now, as all ships are in the return, you know, somebody might try and get a few pot shots in.
Yeah, we had an absolutely fantastic rally there between the Cartual and the Gladius. Just barely not able to get the shields completely all the way down, which is another sort of issue that we're seeing here, obviously. So maybe things will work out okay, but that Cartual at the moment looking fresh and fit.
Looking fresh and fit indeed. Here we are, though, it looks like, as they've moved themselves back inside the main stage here, they're turning back in floor mats, once again passing out the Cartual. This Gian Croft here, again, is very, very strenuous on the pilot, especially when they have G-Safe off. For those new to SC, G-Safe is a in-flight safety measure that basically makes your ship slide to prevent you from passing out. In fights like this, we have to push your ship and your player into, you know, like to the limit. You have to turn it off, otherwise, you know, like you won't be able to like get those really fast movements. But however, as we saw right there, sometimes, you know, like it can can be a bit detrimental. That being said, they're still alive, and we're about to get going once again.
Yeah, really important thing to mention. I think this is the longest match we've had where no one is dead yet. In fact, no one has really even taken a serious amount of damage. I'm wondering what's happened. Maybe we're going to see a big fight towards the end, because once again, if we do get to a timeout and we don't have players eliminated, it comes down to points.
That's right. Essentially, Kronzi, that's because we are in deep space. There are no obstacles, you know, like, so it's all about, you know, like player distance, and especially in these faster ships. You can see right here, this Hornet here is currently moving at about 700 meters per second, slowing down as they go past SPK. The faster you are, of course, the longer and harder it is to slow down, and it can cause, you know, like what we used to call jousting. In situations like this, however, we don't necessarily see that much of it. Pilots these days have amazing control.
Shields down. Cartuala's shields down. Looks like it's going to be able to recover. Maybe more damage getting applied. We could see our first elimination here any second. We had a massive, massive failed attack there from Team Unconventional on the Gladius, but it looks like Team Straight Outta Klesha have been able to push back.
Detox, actually, they're being the wingman of the century. They're pulling Shuang off on their Gladius. Shuang was trying to take out that Cartual. They almost pulled off the wings off that bug, but Detox was right on it, and Shuang had to pull away. Otherwise, that would have gone south real fast. We're now looking through Detox's point of view as they try and re-enter the fight. And that is what that is basically the difference between like a duel and 2v2, is that you always have to keep an eye out on that secondary element. Otherwise, you know, you get too greedy, you get taken out, but Shuang was right on it.
Yeah, so much. Just not being able to get solid shots on many of the competitors here. If we do look at the health of the Cartual from that previous fight, it did sustain quite a bit of damage. It's not going to take much more for it to be essentially a kill shot. So here's a big fight coming in here from the Cartual onto the Gladius, but I think the Gladius is going to be able to get out of there, but not without sustaining a little bit of red.
That was some significant hull damage there on the Gladius indeed, but as you said, yes, the Cartual, this alien craft, it's built different. You know, like it has its engines on those petals. The second one of them is gone, the torque instability is going to be ridiculous, and I think it'll be pretty much out of the fight. That being said, here it looks like Shuang is currently in the outer boundaries, the outer rim of this track here, coming back inside. Contestants have to make sure they don't go too far out, otherwise, you know, it's going to spell disaster for the fight for them.
Yeah, we also just we just passed the halfway mark in this tournament, and no one is eliminated yet. This is absolutely huge. We may end up getting to a 0-0-0 situation.
That is right. For the most part, most ships are looking pretty healthy. Look at the retro thrusters, however, on Detox's Hornet. Both parts are red. Any more damage in there will be transferred to the rest of the ship, which is not a good thing at all. Hornet versus Gladius right here. It looks like Shuang is taking a bead right on that Hornet. And so far, well, it looks like they're too far away to exchange anymore. It's kind of interesting that they keep changing dancing partners here, Kronzi.
Yeah, I was going to say, we're seeing some really, really skilled teamwork from both of these teams here. They do not want to let their teammates get themselves into a bad situation. We keep seeing a lot of fighting off from the aggression. It's really cool.
Yeah, it's a lot of role swapping, you know, cat and mouse. You have to make sure, you know, every single time that somebody engages you as you're engaging, you then become the mouse. You have to move as fast as possible. It's all about that. And the second that you don't realize that, hey, perhaps maybe you have to pull away because somebody's now on you, that's it, that's the end. They've got you in what they call the flat side of your cross-section, your pancake, and that's it.
Yeah, very interesting thing that we just saw. Miss Gabby's actually had to change a key binding in the middle of that fight there, but made sure that she was well out of harm's way before doing so, and teammate seems to be okay as well.
That's
here we go again, possibly. Messing with some things. I mean, sometimes that's what it takes in the middle of the fight.
That's right, a bit of a hardware issue, or I guess a technical issue in there, but it looks like right now Floormat is once again going up against Shuang in that Cartual. Again, the Cartu is a huge ship compared to the Gladius. It is fairly fast in its movement. It can, you know, pitch and yaw really well. However, almost every single angle of this ship is just like a huge target, and the Gladius is just able to capitalize all the time. But Detox is just a phenomenal wingman here, always making sure that Shuang can't be, you know, like can't be too comfortable.
Yeah, definitely. Really, really impressed by the flight of the Cartual here. They said we're going to take the Cartual and we're going to lose. Well, we've got 2.5 minutes left in the first game, and they haven't lost yet. So maybe a bit of a better choice than we had originally thought.
I mean, it's all going to come down to damage output in the end. The Cartual is doing well only because I feel because we're in this map here. There aren't any obstacles out here, and so it can use its scouting capabilities, its max speed, its top acceleration in order to, you know, like get out of uncomfortable situations. But here we go. We're back to yet another turn.
This is an absolute insane fight. I am loving this, my friend.
That's right. Let's have a look here. Looks like score-wise, it did seem as if, well, I didn't see which team it was, but the one on the right there seems to be up by about a couple hundred points. But yeah, it's going to come down to the wire now. People are going to have to try and overcommit with only 2 minutes to go, Kronti.
Yeah, so remember, with that 2 minutes to go, so if they do get, if either team gets one elimination, they're able to take it. If we have an even amount of players on both teams, then it comes down to points. So now you have to be really aggressive. You don't want to end up in a situation where you are counting on damage, especially when, you know, some ships have a lot more health than others. It can mess with things.
That's right. You can saw right there, Schwang trying to merge with the Cartual, but in that split-second moment actually then changed trajectory because they saw that Hornet was in the way again. Back to simulation here in SBK. And wow, look at the G-forces as all the pilots try and pull away from the edge as fast as possible. Gabby's almost unconscious, has to return back in 15 seconds. If she passes out, it's going to be GG.
Oh, big damage on the Hornet there. Shields are down, applying some damage. Can they take it out? We have, ladies and gentlemen, 1 minute and 7 seconds left before we go to points. More damage being applied. Can they take it out? It may mean their win for game one. This is a huge knife fight that we're seeing.
It's in this pass right here. Schwang is directly on Detox right here. The first time Schwang's trying to focus on the Hornet, and there it goes! That's a point
well
four straight out of Kesler. Floorman is on their own now in their car to out. 47 seconds left to go. They can't really run away here, otherwise they've lost regardless. They're going to have to try and get as many points of damage as they can before the time is up now, Kronsi.
Yeah, exactly. 30 seconds essentially to take out one of those competitors and probably get some more damage on top of that points-wise. It's going to be rough. I mean, this exchange right here is going pretty well. The Gladiators shields down, sustained some damage from that fight, but I mean, I feel like they're just going to be able to get out of there.
That's right. Gladius pulling away to, of course, not concede any points whatsoever there. Because of the turn rate of the Cartual, it's going to be very difficult to do the usual knife fight against this vehicle, and Schwang knows exactly that and pulls away with speed instead.
And with 7 seconds left, I think that all they have to do is just make sure that Floormat isn't able to take one of them out. There we go. That is the timer. Yeah, there we go. Congratulations, Gabs and Schwang on game one. Well done.
All right.
Well done. That was very impressive.
Yeah, I mean,
that was really impressive.
It's the first time I think I've seen or noticed Schwang there use anything other than the Saber.
Yeah.
The Saber was, of course, their ship of choice during the road to CitizenCon. However, they showed that it doesn't really matter about the ship. It's all about how you use it, and that was some awesome play right there.
Yeah, so we're just going to get some of these keybinds fixed and changed so that our next game can be, well, started and get a lot more fun. The Cartual completely, like, outshone itself. I think everyone thought it was going to be absolutely garbage. It survived until the end of the fight. I was very surprised.
Yeah, let's come back to the booth real quick while the players here get situated. But yeah, I mean, no. The Cartual, it's unconventional, and it still hasn't been proven. We didn't see a kill get done. They survived. I mean, it's a scouting ship, Kronsi. What do you expect?
It's a scouting ship with 2 size 4s.
Yeah, but we didn't really see it get used. You know what I mean? Come on now.
That's true. No, look, I think it definitely did a lot of work in order to really just take aggression and really sort of move them around. And then while the Hornet did end up going down, that didn't happen until, what, the 50-second mark, 1 minute mark, essentially. So being able to extend that fight that entire time is one thing as well. You're making sure that the endurance of your opponents is getting dwindled. And with a ship like the Cartual that can move like it is, you have to be everywhere. While it is a pancake, you do still have to aim at them.
That is right. I mean, again, also in deep space, it's all about, you know, survivability. And the Cartual, being a scouting ship, really did show exactly why that is the case. It's able to move pretty fast and get out of those really, you know, sticky situations out there. And yeah, I'll be very, very interested to see how exactly, you know, like this will pan out once we do get master modes, once top speeds are taken down, once it's much more difficult to disengage. To be fair, we didn't see the Cocktail disengage too much. In fact, it was the Gladius that was doing so. Again, because of trying to get out of that cone, the best way to do so in those situations is just to move away.
Yeah, exactly. And I think genuinely there is a lot to be said about Detox. Every single time the Cocktail was starting to get battered, Detox was there. Detox was there to stop it.
That's right. Phenomenal wingman in that situation for sure.
Very much so. This map as well, very interesting for this as well. Like, obviously, you know, this was a very extended fight. I don't think we're getting that if we're in any amount of asteroids or the refinery, you know. Too many places for you to lose your opponents without getting to the end of the simulation.
That's true. I mean, SPK is there. There is the one obstacle. However, we have not seen any competitors in any of the matches using SPK actually use the station. I wonder if we'll see any changes in the future, Croncy.
I think it's too small for it to really be relevant in these sort of fights, and too easy to get around.
Right.
It's not like the massive stations that we have in Dying Star, where it's just bits and bobs everywhere.
Right.
Yeah.
That's fair enough. But I mean, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to, like, you know, incept some.
There's an entire story behind it, but I'm not going to go through it. That's for them to share. But it's just incredible to see that, you know, how real life really pertains to some of how these ships move within Star Citizen, which is absolutely phenomenal. So big shout out to them. And then Astropub, man, this guy, Astropub's incredible. Puts out some of the best lore content and educational content about Star Citizen. I'm pretty sure you learned some stuff from him, Croncy.
Yeah, for sure. My personal favorite person to go to with any lore things. Also, the first podcast I was ever on, Astropub invited me on. That was super, super cool. Amazing dude.
Stable.
Yeah, Captain Stable.
Yeah, he also has like a bunch of, like, you know, short and concise videos on YouTube. Much like his Time to Kill.
No, that's what's the name? That's Nubifire. That's short videos. I'm just kidding. Nubifire, I love you, man. Appreciate you. But yeah, this match is coming up next. Teams are still getting ready. It seems like there's some keybinds, the stuff going on right now, and then they should be jumping in there and hopefully testing everything out. But I'm very excited for this one because whoever goes up there, if they move forward, if Be Avenged move forward, then it's gonna be Lizzie B and Avenger 1 versus Schwang and Gabs, and we already know that Avenger 1 and Schwang are teammates, so we definitely want to be able to see that matchup come to life here at CitizenCon 2053. It's going to be absolutely amazing. So, but before we jump into that stuff, I want to give a shout out here to you know, the sponsors that make this stuff happen, these incredible computers that are really putting the game to the test. I think these servers have been running incredibly smooth, especially in Arena Commander. So big shout out to CLX Gaming for providing that stuff, and especially Pyro Playground. So if you haven't played Pyro Playground, I suggest you go try it out. It's been absolutely phenomenal. I know you guys gave me a little bit of your experience. You got Solar Phase. We don't have Space Whales, sorry, brother. You talked all about Space Whales the entire first day, okay?
And Space Cows.
I mean, yeah, we had some of those. Maybe soon, maybe soon. So they got to put, you know, other stuff. We got to get, you know, farming in the game first before we do all that.
Harvesting. Sim PvP in Star Citizen.
Stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it. But ladies and gentlemen, again, just to give a little bit of background of us, we're Ammo Esports. If you guys don't know who we are, we have been running tournaments in Star Citizen for over 6 years. Our booth is right behind you. We got some incredible rule books that you can take home from the Demo Rally and Fight or Flight itself. So if you guys haven't talked to our team, they're literally right behind you. You guys can talk to them. This all of here that you see today is ran by the community itself that play the game just like you at home. So, but let's. I know they're still getting ready, but anything you guys want to say to the community while everybody's watching right now?
Especially to the PvP community. I mean, thank you for being a super welcoming community for myself over the last couple of years.
That's so true.
Trying to learn a bit more about it. All right. I was gonna say that, but you're not supposed to.
Okay.
No, it's been a super welcoming community to come into and get taught by and shown all of these like really specific strategies and styles and whatnot, and they're super loving it.
By the way, Croncy, I'm not sure if you've done it yet, but Croncy came to CitizenCon. This guy is the most dedicated man alive. He told his community, if I go to CitizenCon, I'm getting a tattoo, and he didn't get the Drake Interplanetary, so we're mad at you. But you want to show that off real quick?
Yeah, I showed it before, but I'll show it again.
A Banu tattoo right now that looks like a circle maze, but it looks fantastic. But a Banu tattoo looks pretty good, man. I like it a ton.
It came out well.
That means Drake is going to go in the other arm, right?
I am vetoing Drake as a future choice.
So, Brendan Watkins, the guy who created that language, is over there. I wonder how he will feel about his conlang being tattooed on somebody.
That was pretty cool, man. By the way, I'm going to talk about something real quick. I know a lot of people are seeing our CitizenCon X Atmo Esports jerseys around, and let's pop that up on the screen real quick. If you guys want to grab some of your own merch, this is a collaboration with StarCitizen. You guys can head on over to atmo.sc/merch and grab your merch right now. And something a lot of people don't know. I wore my jersey yesterday, but what a lot of people don't know, if you take a look at the jersey very closely, if we can get it on the screen real quick. If you look at it real quick, on that bottom left of that jersey, a lot of people don't probably see it. They miss that Easter egg where you see that Xeon lettering that says 2953. So we got some incredibly cool stuff. All this support goes right back to the community with the prizes and all the prize entries that we do, making the trophies all together. So if you guys want to grab your own merch, atmo.sc/merch, go grab something, put your name behind it, put your country flag. And thank you all for your support. So good stuff, man. But a lot of people don't notice the Easter egg that we put in there, man. It's so cool.
It's over there. It's that
right here.
That streak.
Oh, you see? You can't even see it. It's right there. It's right there. That's
a good
incredible
cool
Easter egg right
That's
there.
a
You
good
see
Easter
it right
egg.
there. You
Yep.
good now?
Yep.
You need some glasses? You good?
Okay. There, right?
Yeah, it's right there, right on the slash. A lot of people didn't see it. We were allowed to put it. It says 2953 in Xeon. Okay? Do you know how to speak Xeon, Croncy?
No, I only know banner.
Oh, wow. That's messed up. How about you? Do you know any of the SC languages?
Shishwilin.
I don't know what
that means. How's it going in Xi'an, I think.
Okay,
Ooh.
okay. You said you think. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, 100%.
All right. Well, let's go check out the players really quick, see how they're doing. I think there's still some keybinds that they're still trying to get into the game. But here we go. Listen, man, these creators and competitors look locked in, ready to go. By the way, I love that I shuffled the pairing, and then both of them are from Canada.
I was just about to say that. We've got a Team Canada here.
Hey,
That's right.
Team Canada. Hey, this is not what do you call it? The World Cup. So
The Star Citizen Olympics.
Soon, though.
well,
I
we
mean,
got US over here.
we do have USA versus Canada, so yeah.
Oh no, we won't do that, man. But once again, and I'll talk about some of our events, guys. Let's talk a little bit. Croncy, you racing the System 7.
Yep.
Can you tell the crowd how racing in the System 7? How did that feel, and what the event is all about?
Such an interesting event because it's a month event, really. It goes over the course of roughly 3 months. It's a really interesting format compared to a lot of these other events. But it gives you the ability to practice and practice and practice between each, fortnight of tournaments. Really fun. Once again, the racing community, especially the ground racing community, super dedicated. You get a lot of chance to practice with them, which is a lot of fun. Yeah, it's great. Fantastic format.
Yeah, thanks, format. All right, and then for those of you guys that don't know, System 7 is one of our major pillar events here at Atmo Esports. That is an F1 style racing league where you have to come into the game and qualify. Only the top 16 teams get to move on to the System 7 and race for that championship trophy. And then the Daymar Rally, I believe you participated in the Daymar Rally before.
I did.
So
the
tell us a little bit about that
race
one.
In the verse. I loved it so much. I love the idea of having a support team flying overhead over your racer. In case like a vehicle loses a wheel or that kind of thing, you can come down and replace it and that kind of thing as well. A huge endurance match. But because of the nature of Star Citizen, because of the way Atmo and all their events actually have to coordinate and schedule with the rotations of the planets, everything feels so ridiculously immersive, and I cannot wait to see how it goes with the future of it, with engineering and everything else. It's great. And also, of all the Atmo events that we have, there's no need for qualifying either. If it interests you, you can sign up over there at that booth over there or at atmo.gg.
Yep, atmo.gg. You can
That's
find
right.
all of our big pillar events, and I can't wait, man. The Daymar Rally, that's one of the events that's been going for now. This is going to be the 6th year.
Ooh, yeah.
The 6th year, and I think they talked about the X1 earlier. Did we get a timeline for that one? Do we know?
Origins bike.
We were here.
No?
Yeah,
Okay.
no, we've been here the entire time.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I believe we have our fight ready to go. So let's get into it, where we have Team Be Avenged versus Team Wen. Are you ready for this one, Meyer?
I am ready indeed. Crucian. Let's go.
All right, let's get it going here. We see, as you guys can see up top on the screen, we got Detox on that top left, floor mat bottom left. We got, we need to change the names on those, please. And then we have Lizzie B top right, and Avenger 1 bottom right. Meyer, I'll let you take that first pass right now.
All right, so speaking of first pass, our pilots are flying in, and that was, I was going to say that was almost a collision, but it looks like Zero State dodged Gabs, only for Gabs to hit the floor mat. And now it is a 1v1 between Zero State and Avenger 1.
Wow, right now, that is unfortunate. I mean, that's not how that first pass wanted to go. That was a tough one. Avenger 1 is going to have, I mean,
close
obviously
one.
he has done this a lot more, but I'm not going to count out Zero State. I think Zero State has that strategy, that mind to come out with this win on top. 1v1, putting up Team Win 1-0.
That's right, Crucian. Less of a pass, more of a straight-up meet. But here we go. We've got ourselves a Glaive versus this Anvil Hornet F7C. They're now 2 clicks out. They're going to have to fly towards each other, see if which one comes in with the merge. I am so excited, Crucian, man. It's ridiculous. That was, I wasn't expecting that. Anyway.
Yeah, we're going to see a lot of trying to strategize here to see how Zero State can angle himself and be able to hopefully get some shots on Avenger 1. He is way too experienced. You know what he's doing. Shots are going in. Avenger 1 blacking out, tricording very hard. 0 Gs. He needs to go ahead and go against that. And there he goes. He's back in, and teams need to be able. That is dangerous because if you're blacking out by an asteroid, that can get you out, and maybe that's what Zero State wants to do, but let's see what happens here, Meyer.
We've seen that before, Crucian, and again, you know, like G-Safe is off, and when these guys move their ships to the, you know, like to the edge of performance, and their players, in fact, as well, that can happen, and, well, you don't want it to, because otherwise that's you out of the game. Here we go, though, with this next pass, so Crucian.
Yeah, right now, and I'm actually surprised because we're seeing Avenger 1, I believe he's using the blade right now, so that's awesome to see, and obviously we got Zero State. His hull is red. Getting those hits on that cockpit. Avenger 1 doing a great job just merging into that positioning, getting those hits very, very well. Shields are down for Zero State right now, and that left thruster is going down, man. This might be 9-9 for Zero State.
That's right, Avenger 1 now there it is!
Well, there it goes. Unfortunately, Lizzie B and New Cabbage, you know, dropping against each other, but here we go. We're going to go directly into this match number 2, but Avenger 1 just way too of a tough opponent, putting in that practice every single day, being better 1%, and here we go into match number 2, Meyer.
That's right, a bit of a chess game, you know, initially trying to like get the advantage, but once Avenger 1 once those shields were down, it was seconds until he claimed that kill.
Yeah, I love seeing you Cabbage in the Glaive as well. The Glaive has been very popular throughout the tournament, so nice to see it paired up, you know, with the F7C Hornet. But let's see what's going to happen here. I don't want to see collision anymore. I want to see Lizzie B, you know, get the position she wants and put in that work versus taking down, hopefully, where they're going to be going after New Cabbage if the positioning is right, Meyer.
That's right. Speaking of positioning now, they're right next to that terraformer, and so it's not just collisions with each other they have to keep in mind. But here we go, and again, you know what's interesting is the fact that Avenger 1 is using the Glaive, which is kind of like the Van Duel's equivalent of a Hornet, so we have 2 heavy hitters this time around, Crucian.
Yes, I'm really liking the blade, the blade that he's maneuvering right now, doing a very. Oh, sorry, the Glaive that he's maneuvering right now, doing a very good job. But I like this mirror match. This mirror match is going to be very tough here, and I see already Zero State putting in some damage, putting in some work versus Lizzie B. Lizzie B right now, that hull is red, almost going down. New Cabbage needs to get some hits in, and Lizzie B trying to move that power management thrusters, and boom goes Lizzie B. Unfortunately, very good job by Zero State and New Cabbage to pick her off, and now it just leaves Avenger 1 to hopefully tie this game 1-1, Meyer.
That's right, Crucian. Chaff came out just a little bit too late. Had she used another one, maybe perhaps she could have stayed alive a little bit longer for her teammate to come and help. But now it is 2v1, Crucian, and well, we'll see how it goes here as Zero State and New Cabbage now move on in to Avenger 1.
Yep, Avenger 1 looking for that position. I think he's going to try to do and probably go after New Cabbage and try to take him out. Here we go. There's this pass. There's the merge. There are the shots right on him, trying to get those shields out on that Glaive. Glaive has about 50% shields, and he needs to be able to power manage through those thrusters and get out of there as soon as possible. And here comes Zero State. He needs to back up his teammates so that way he doesn't go down and it goes back to a 1v1.
So Avenger 1 is in that Vandal blade. As you can see, they're doing some serious damage. This thing is nimble. It is a light fighter for the Vandal forces, and however, one thing that it does have that I think other ships of its size doesn't is, well, it's the squishiest ship of the lot. So he has to be very careful here and choose his engagements, you know, with precision here, especially when he's up against New Cabbage and Zero State, Crucian.
Yep, right now we still have them up. I believe they're trying to communicate here. Zero State and New Cabbage doing a great job at trying to you know, strategize and put themselves into position, because Avenger 1 is not an easy target. He is somebody that can strategize and also bring this to a win if he needs to. But let's see what happens. Trying to use those buildings to see if he can get a lock-in target and try to get those shots in and hopefully get those shields down. But any wrong movement can put Avenger 1 in danger versus in this 2v1 scenario.
That's right. Great strat there, using that terraformer in order to try and get them a bit closer and get them into a position that he wants to get them into. But now they're out in the open. It's that blade against the glaive. They're 700 meters apart. That's when the damage is going to come through. Now the glaive's shields are down. We'll see if Avenger 1 now is going to claim some points.
Yeah, right now that glaive is taking a lot of damage, doing a great job staying in that knife fight. Didn't know.
There it
Very
is.
good merge. He needs to be able to keep shooting. He's about to get that kill. He needs to be able to get it. Now New Cabbage needs to get out of the way. His shields are still down. He needs to be able to put that power management and thrusters and get out of the way, because if he goes down, it's going to be that 1v1 that we don't want.
That's right. Now, if they had not moved away to get their shields back, that next pass would have spelled certain doom. So watch out for the shields of that glaive there, because the second they're down, it's going away, Crucian. There we go.
Yeah, right now you see New Cabbage putting in some great damage.
Right on the top.
Maneuverability, right over the top of his cone. Doing a great damage here, doing some good damage. The glaive is down. Here it goes. New Cabbage out of the way. It only leaves Avenger 1 versus Zero State. Will Zero State clutch it up and put his team 1-1?
That was some expert maneuvering there from Avenger 1. However, as you can see, Zero State was right there to take some crucial points away on that blade there, getting 400 points of damage. We'll see now if that was enough as they come through. It's Hornet versus Blade. The Blade is taking some damage. It's a squishier ship. The Hornet is a mega tank. We'll see how it goes in a second here, Crucian.
Avenger 1 using those 45s to perfection. That's how you can tell that these practices every single day are just completely paying off. Zero State just going very hard. I know he's putting in that work. He wants us to win very badly. This is looking like it's going to be tough. I'm not going to lie, but I still believe that this can go to a game 3, and let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens. Indeed, there is a bit of a gap between them here. It's closing in shortly, and they had to fly through that terraformer beam. I think they were trying to bait them through it, but that's Avenger 1. He's not going to fall for it. And, well, we'll see how they merge into this next turn here, Crucian, because this could spell the end of the fight here for that blade.
Yeah, right now, there goes Zero State getting some good damage in. You see that Avenger 1 has some powers on those thrusters. He's going to try to stay around that cone of visibility in front of the Hornet, trying to do a good job of maneuver, but Zero State knows exactly how Avenger 1 plays. He's going to try to get as far away as possible and hopefully re-merge, but shields are down for Zero State. He's blacking out right now. This is not going well, but I think he should be able to stay alive a little longer.
That's right. Zero is in trouble. They're trying to return back into the field of play there, and it looks like they were able to get in without conceding any damage to Avenger 1. But as you could see there, Avenger was just so good at getting in there, merging into their trajectory, and getting about 200 points of damage before they had to go and turn back inside the fight there, Crucian.
Yep, Zero State doing a great job staying alive. He's doing a great maneuverability, trying to get into position and trying to see if he can get an angle, that chance, that position to put in that damage. Just remember as well that Hoarded Ballistics are gone, so he has 3 repeaters that he needs to count on and hopefully put that damage. Very good merge there by Zero State, getting in some good damage, but he blacked out there, and here comes Avenger 1, putting in that damage, getting himself into position, and very close to that Hornet cone.
Down.
Shields are down, and this is going to be it right here. Is this a moment where Avenger 1 takes it? Here we go. Team Be Avenged goes up 2-0 versus Team Wen. Jeez. That was a dogfight. Let's get back to this, ladies and gentlemen. My. That was some good dogfighting right there. I got to give the props here to Team Wen. You guys did absolutely phenomenal. Before I talk about Be Avenged, guys, let's give it up for Team Wen here for Zero State and New Cabbage. Show them some love. An absolutely phenomenal match. That's what I call a dogfight. Francie, tell me about it. What are your thoughts on this last matchup?
I said Be Avenged were going to 2-0.
He did.
There you go. They really are my team to beat for this entire tournament. It was absolutely insane what they were able to accomplish. Obviously, we saw that game one. We had that collision on like the first pass, I believe, as they came through.
That's right.
And so just immediately turning it into a 1v1 where, you know, Avenger 1 and Zero State have fought each other plentiful times over the course of the PU, you know? So very interesting to watch them be forced to do that in this environment. In the second match, an absolutely amazing performance from LazyB, but then once again, I guess Avenger 1's just the king of the 2v1s.
I mean, you can count out LazyB. Did a great job, put in some damage, put in some work. I mean, believe it or not, that wingman is way more important than what you think in order to back it up and get that person to be off of, you know, that if they're a hot target. So, but I think, you know, they still did a great job. They came together, and that was absolutely fantastic match. Meyer, let's check out some replays, but break it down for me how this matchup went for you once again.
Well, I think we might see this collision here coming in a second. However, I think what basically the it factor, oh, there it is. The it factor of this entire matchup was, of course, Avenger 1 inside that Vandal Blade. Being the teammate in that nimble ship essentially made it so that they were able to pressure things like the Hornet and such, and they used it to great effect. That entire second game, you know how usually I talk about this cat and mouse kind of effect, right? Especially in 2v2 scenarios, someone is always going on somebody else until they get peeled off. This time around, however, especially in Game 2, we saw right here that, you know, Zero State was always on the back foot. They were always trying to reposition and maneuver against Avenger 1, even though they were on the Hornet, which is, you know, on paper, the tankier ship, the ship with the most damage, the one that you're supposed to avoid the cone of. It was kind of, the roles are reversed there. And eventually, we just got Avenger 1 getting in there, merging perfectly, orbiting that ship, getting on that pancake, and that was it. That just seized the game.
Well, I mean, like I said, I mean, I got to give it up to Zero State as well, doing a great job. He knows exactly how to fight. He knows exactly how to fly. You know, when you know these guys are great is when you know that they're to that point of almost blacking out, and they don't. They just, they know exactly how to pull away and how to stop those Gs in order to be effective and get exactly to the position that they want to. So great job overall from Team Wen. You know,
amazing effort.
It was great. They'll be dropped down, I believe, to the losers bracket, and then we are seeing what we wanted to see. We're gonna see Team Avenger 1 versus Team Straight Outta Kesler. So, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna take a quick break, and when we're back, we're gonna get your next match up and ready here pretty soon. So thank you guys so much for watching the Fight or Flight CitizenCon Invitational presented by Toby. We'll be right back.
wanted to.